Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the LBLCS. We've been having games all day, and now it's 9 p.m. on the East Coast, and we've got another best of three series for you. We're looking at a CEO League semi-final match between Canadian KFC and Solar Flares. We're already hopping into pick ban. Not too long to talk about these teams, but Bigfoot knows a lot. He knows a lot about numbers. He knows a lot about teams, countries even.
Yeah, speaking of teams, numbers, and countries, there are two teams in this game. Each team has 5 players from a variety of countries, ranging from the United States all the way to Canada.
Wow.
Um,
Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
When you think about numbers and you think about countries, think about teams, that's a lot.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's definitely more than most, I'd say. Or even the same as most, or all.
Yeah, and we're jumping right on it. We see Vezu and MZ Shady being heavily targeted, banned out. The Azir, the Cassiopeia, the Vladimir. We do know that the man has a wicked Corki you could drop in the mid lane. Most of the bans coming on to Julie from Bakugan. His 2 favorited jungles are there, as well as Ninja Bear's preferred Victor. So these are bans I would expect to see. I probably could have written them out ahead of time. If they pick a Mumu, though, it'd be, okay, it's the Ashe.
And if anyone watched the quarterfinals between Solar Flare and Spin Doctors, you will know that this Vlad first ban is very, very well deserved. MZ Shady popped off on Vlad on, what was that, Thursday night? Friday night?
Friday night? Last night. It was last night.
Was it really last night?
MZ
Oh,
Shady
it was
came
last
to my
night.
house. He gave me a big wet kiss on the lips, and he said, "I'm playing Vladimir, baby." And I said, "Okay."
Oh, that was last night. I was watching.
The kiss or the stream?
Yeah. So, Ezreal Nami, Sharkron.
They played this last night too, didn't they?
Yeah, formerly known as Mobron, played Nami, I think, both games last night.
No, he played Nami and he played Janna.
Oh, yeah, he did play Janna. His Nami game looked real good. Ninja Bear gets his Rumble. That is a staple Ninja Bear pick. Really enjoys the Rumbies.
The Rumbies.
We see Olaf getting locked in. So both teams have an interesting foundation to start with. Now, I think that Canadian KFC have a little bit better of a foundation, sort of that like initial 3 champion start. I think Ashe and Jarvan both fit into a large number of comps, and Rumble, while a great team fighting champion, also can find its way into a bunch of different types of comps. On the other hand, Solar Flare has kind of an interesting setup as well with Ezreal, Nami, Olaf. I'm really interested to see where they go, because they haven't picked their solo lanes yet, which is really going to round out what they want to do.
And we saw them last night in Game 2 flex where their solo laners are going. This is still something that is totally allowed to do, and they totally could do that here. We see all of the bans coming onto those 2 people. So whatever they do end up doing is probably influenced by the bans, but it's also probably, harder to actually figure out what they want to do. As you see, 5 bans to the solo laners.
Yeah. Especially since they're on red side, right? Like Solar Flare being able to flex their solo laners and having red side and ultimate counter is really, really nice. So I'm very, very curious to see what their 4th champion is here. I wonder if it's a champion that can sort of be flexed in both lanes. Vlad would be perfect here, but of course it's banned. Gangplank. Okay, so we are pretty sure with that pick that's going to go top. Did MZ Shady play? No. X-Ranger played Gangplank in the games.
Correct.
So,
yeah, X-Ranger on red side, he played Gangplank.
Yeah.
Hovering the Teemo right now.
If they lock in that Teemo, I'm going to unabashedly root for Canadian KFC this entire period.
So I don't think that it will be locked in. However, we have seen Canadian KFC troll a couple of drafts here during the league. It's going to be the Garen instead.
Interesting.
This is a really powerful pick, and I know what you're thinking. Okay, this is Diamonds and Masters playing in this game. Yeah, and they're going to play Garen, and it's going to be terrifying. You do not want to play against a D2 Garen player.
You can spin to win at any yellow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Lulu. Okay, interesting. Kind of like Canadian KFC's comp here.
Lulu does a really good job of disabling being able to go in on you. However, Olaf's really the only one. I mean, I guess you could say Nami ult is helping for the engage, but that's usually used for the peel here. I think that someone's saying Oh, Gangplank might be mid if this Alawi is locked in. MZ Shady has a really, really strong Alawi, like really strong, and it was overlooked, and it is going to be locked in here.
Okay, now that's pretty interesting. Although I will say, Solar Flare looking fairly high in
Wait,
dex.
whoa, Vezu is... maybe it's Vezu that...
No,
they switched. Oh, dude, they tricked me, though. I'll say it right there.
Crazy. Quite a bit of AD damage coming out from the side of Solar Flare. Oh, all right, never mind. I'm wrong.
Yeah, no, I don't see any.
Yeah, I'm incorrect. I apologize.
Yeah, I mean, might as well just close out stream right here and call it a night because 0 AD
damage
on the side of Solar Flare.
I don't know anything.
I don't know.
So this is going to be interesting. Gangplank into Rumble as a mid lane player, I can definitely tell you, is not a matchup I've ever played either side of.
Okay. But you have definitely played against the combination of J4 Rumble before.
Yeah, and it is. I've played as J4 Rumble before, and that is way more fun than playing against it.
Yeah, I think that is a really, really strong mid-jungle duo here. And
additionally,
yeah,
other than Ezreal, no one on Solar Flare can get out of Cataclysm without flashing.
Yep.
That's
Alawi might not want to get out.
Great. Though. Yeah, Alawi might. Well, no, because she'd just be hitting her own team. I mean, all right, that's up to Julie on how well he puts who he puts in the Cataclysm. Whoever's on the guest list, depending on,
I think they should have gone with. You know what I'm most
upset
about is that bot lane totally chickened out when they went 2 not ranged people. Look at everybody else. You're gonna go ranged in a game that could have been a full melee brawl? Come on,
cowards. We saw Sven play Wukong with Senna today. Akon the Kid absolutely should be playing Wukong right now.
They banned it.
Oh,
but you know what? They banned it second round. They still could have picked it, man.
Yeah, they absolutely could have picked it.
The hell.
And then what's a great and then Nautilus. Why are they not playing Wukong Nautilus?
Yeah, and on the side of Canadian KFC, I mean, explain to me why you're not running a Zed Echo. You know?
Insane.
Oh,
and I know shout out to Lechant, who I'm sure is watching the stream. Zed support is his.
You didn't get the message I got from Julie, but everyone on stream can read it. It says, and I'll read it to you aloud. Yo, Buggle. We need to remake. Accidentally took Glacial on Rumble. Runes did an update. That's also a perfect representation of how Julie talks.
Yeah, well, we all know that Julie is a robot programmed by whoever did it.
Whoever does robots.
To jungle.
I am going to quit Okay. Remake then. I'll leave spectate. You have to leave spectate too.
I already did.
Well, guys, it's not low budget unless something like this happens. So giddy up, ponies, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. So here's something interesting. Sharkron.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Is Mobron on my friends list? Which was his old name, but if I hover over it, it says...
his name back for tonight.
But it still shows up as SF Sharkron.
Yeah, so he must have done it basically and hasn't logged out yet.
I never... Oh, now he's offline, so I think he's doing that.
Perfect. We are going to be able to see... Yeah, Glacial Rumble Tech was just, it was going to be too meta. Like, it was going to be meta-breaking. People were going to freak out.
We're saving that pick for the finals and didn't want to show it on stream.
Yeah, it's like, shit. We were saving this until we fought Glue Eaters and had to 3-0 them in 20 minutes each game. Take that, Zach, as a cat.
Yeah, you idiot.
Some kind of aggression like that, I figured they would say, so I just decided to say it for them.
That's smart. It does seem like them.
Any ponies in the chat? That's a good question. Any ponies in the chat?
Yeah. We'll wait.
Let me know.
We'll wait.
We'll wait for the pawns.
We got time. This is your time. This is it's not our time. Wait, why does it say Mobron's still in the game? All right, well. We're just chilling. Hi, Mr. Castro. I'm following you guys for 4 years, and I think I have to finally the courage to type in chat. Say you're a good guy. Thank you so much.
Young OG Kush gang. You're a good guy.
A little concerned about your ability to navigate the passage of time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
I'm worried about the 4-year thing, but maybe what it is they didn't think they'd get this message off for another 3 years.
No. Maybe he didn't say I've been following you guys for 4 years on
On
Twitch.
Twitch.
He just said I've been following you guys for 4 years.
Uh-oh. Listen, we gotta have a chat later, young OG Kush Gang, because
I'm gonna go lock my door.
Yeah, it turns out.
That is maybe the least reassuring emoji you could have.
Yeah, I don't
entered.
like that anyway.
No, never mind. That one would be worse.
My oh my. My oh my. Okay. They're still in a game. No, they're not.
Yep.
Are they?
Are they? Oh.
Yeah, it says they are. I'm gonna.
Right.
I don't want to spec. Is it? What's happening?
Can I think I might be able to go into their Discord.
Yeah, go on their Discord and don't interrupt them, but be like, hey,
Oh, no, they're in their locked voice channel.
We all left. Okay, I believe that they all left. Someone didn't. Can you check if someone on the other team did not leave?
LeBron's still in game. If you had to use a weapon to defend your sense... Alright, that's a ridiculous question. Define humongous. That is not at all...
Yeah, give me a...
Yeah,
listen.
what
I also,
humongous?
I thought of this idea for a hero, and I think you're going to like it, based on your question recently. Mollusk Man. Right? Controls mollusk, like, from anywhere in the world. It's not a fast-working superpower, because it's going to take them a while to get it. Yeah, he's already in. It's going to be... Going to be reinvited to this new custom Bigfoot. I'm going to invite you because I believe it was a +1 that I got. Yes.
Do I get a +1 too?
No, I'm so sorry. You're,
Ooh, it's embarrassing.
Cool. Connected to unpause. Now we're coming into this one here. It's going to be the same exact, same draft. Rune change for Nin. Alright. Well, nothing like a couple of things to happen on stream to slow stuff down, so... we just knew you guys wanted to hang out for longer in the chat. We decided we're going to make it impossible to leave. We've infiltrated your homes. We've locked your computer onto the screen and or handheld device and or television and or smart fridge. Doesn't matter what you're using to watch the LBLCS. It's always low budget, high content. Bloody Saint is saying to swallow the whole thing. He swallows candy bars whole.
Yeah, I'm looking at that now. Okay, so it depends on the candy bar.
Can you talk about this alone for a minute?
Absolutely.
Yeah, takes two. Takes two.
So candy bars. Yeah, it depends. If it's a regular size candy bar, I usually at least do 2 bites just because it feels like a waste. Also, it would be a little bit of a stretch to like eat a whole Snickers in 1 bite. Not that I can't do it, I just choose not to. But I think that if you're spending money on something, you probably want to get your money's worth, and your money's worth also involves some time as well. And I would say that, compressing the time you possibly have to enjoy a candy bar into 1 singular bite is perhaps foolish, at least in my opinion and from my perspective. However, I suppose that there are some small candies that are ridiculous to eat in 2 bites, like little tiny Tootsie Rolls, I suppose you would look ridiculous were you to eat them in multiple bites. But I think that's really the only thing I think of. You know what? Even like the medium-sized Tootsie Rolls, you could probably 1 bite. Sort of the thicker ones that are like kind of like bread loaf shaped. You nibble and why are you sucking on your candy bar? What's my favorite chocolate bar? That's a great question. Thank you, Rescued. My favorite chocolate bar is Twix. I think Twix is the superior candy bar. However, sometimes I get bored of Twix. and I'll get a Snickers. I don't mean to sound like all I do is eat candy bars, but there is a deli right across the street from where I work, and every once in a while, when I get a break or towards the end of the day, if it's been a long day, I'll go over, I'll get a candy bar on my way home or on a break, and I usually treat myself like on Fridays, and I usually get a Twix, but every once in a while, I mix it up, grab a Snickers. I don't think I'm gonna be honest with you, Bloody Saint.
No, hang on. I'm gonna be honest with you for a second.
Yeah.
That's not really mixing it up. Twix and Snickers are very similar.
Yeah, but mix it up in the sense that, you know, like one's got caramel and one's got peanut.
If you want to really mix it up, you do something like crazy, like get a peppermint pad, throw that down your gullet. Now you're cooking with gas.
Or like an apple.
An app.
That would be really mixing it up.
Yeah.
So I'm before I leave you alone with chat for a second.
Any nibblers in chat?
I'm all about those Milky Way. I didn't see any nibblers or ponies yet in chat.
Damn. All right, what are they leaving me with?
Milky Ways.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever eaten a Milky Way.
Whoa, I have. They're real.
So Halloween, when I was a kid, I was never interested in Milky Ways. Yeah, like 60, 70 years ago. I wasn't really interested in Milky Ways, and it was like my mom's favorite candy, so I would just give her all my Milky Ways.
You fool. Your mom's been hoarding Milky Way candy bars for years and selling them to me on the dirt cheap.
She lives on a throne based off of illicit Milky Way selling.
Yeah. No,
okay,
I know.
I'll be right back. Oh no, I've gotten a message. What is this message? Oh. Thank you. I was wished good luck on the cast. It's a better message than Rumble took Glacial. We have to remake.
Yeah, I don't really get the best messages. It kind of comes with
your
messages
the league.
Suck. My messages
right,
blow, dude. Talk about how bad my messages are for a minute. I'm all about those Milky Ways. Bloody Saint. God, you just Bluty. I feel like it's Bluty. I feel like it's not even bloody. It's Bluty. Is it Bluty? Admit that it's Bluty by saying I'm a little Bluty boy, and admit that it's bloody by saying I'm a little bloody boy. You can spell it however you'd like. Take it all, say it was the cats. Little known fact, Bigfoot is petrified. He gets petrified from cats. It's a known fact. Takes two to tango, baby.
Talking
about how you're really scared of cats. If you saw a cat in real life, what would you do? Probably.
How big is the cat?
Doesn't matter. Think any size. Think normal cat size.
Oh man. Well, the first thing that came to mind was a tiger, so I'd run away.
Yeah. See, I told you, he's just terrified of cats. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
A cat, a bat, a hat, a rat. Doesn't matter what it is. If it sounds like
No. Whoa. I love hats. Don't.
Name one hat you own.
I'm wearing a hat right now.
Name it. Didn't say lie to me.
Black hat.
Okay. All right, fine.
But his friends call him Charlie.
Ooh, hang on. You talking to your... Zeta the Leaf says he's lying. It's very typical. You're not your hat's friend. I got it. Let's look at these comps again.
We just do business together.
I know we talked about the comps a little bit, and then we had like 10 minutes to re-talk about the exact same comps. I'm interested to see what runes Ninja Bear goes. Watch him stick with Glacial. It has to be guessed at
not Glacial.
No, I think he sticks with it. Why would you change it at this point? By the way, if he doesn't have Glacial, he 100% has to keep it. I'm not waiting any longer to guess.
Yeah, no way. Yeah.
This dog.
And if he has a problem with that, then we'll let a random person
if he has a problem with that, I will personally hire the guard to be at my wedding.
Wait, is this I have never seen this MZ Shady copy pasta. Hang on.
MZ Shady literally thinks the world is flat. One time in high school, he told me, bro, the world is flat. Let my fucking ass off. And out of sheer... What? Will, is it supposed to be bent? I'm going to say it's bent. Will bend the mass of space-time continuum in order to make his statement true. It's no surprise abilities to attack the League of Legends characters are nothing more but child's play for man of vast stature. That's a good one. I like that one. I like it.
That's a really good one. Keep in mind that when we get in the game, for Solar Flare, you're going to have to move around the portraits because they didn't go entirely in order.
I'm going to have to really hurt them after this cast.
What's the perfect ice sculpture for your wedding? I want an ice sculpture of the bride and groom.
I want an ice sculpture of an ice sculpture. And I want it to be free for the artist to decide what that looks like.
Ooh. Okay. You know what I want?
Mm-hmm. I do.
I want an ice sculpture I want like a 1/1000th or like 1/100th scale model of the venue with the people inside of the venue sculpting the ice sculpture as part of the ice sculpture.
And I want all of this done by noon.
Sculpting that ice sculpture inside the little ice sculpture. And it's just sculptors all the way down.
I don't want rectangular ice cubes at mine.
What shape do you want?
Garbage. Just, I don't know. Do something new. Like everybody's.
Garbage.
Imagine at your wedding the coolest thing is the ice. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Is that a statement about the ice or a statement about the rest of the wedding?
Rest of the wedding, by far.
All right. Yeah, it's gonna be terrible. Our theme, garbage.
Ooh, hang on. That could be great though. Derelict.
So we have Olaf flipping a table. Interesting start to the game.
Yeah, they both warded the same bush, and they're both gonna go try to sweep the ward. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, well, who warded first? Because one of them knows it's warded and one of them doesn't, unless they did it at the exact same time.
They might have done pretty similar timing.
They might have done it at the exact same time. Ice pebbles would be sick. Fits with the pebbles I keep in my pockets.
Keeping peps in your packs?
That's smart to keep. Yeah, pock pebs, really smart.
Yeah.
You never know when you're gonna need
a peb in a pinch.
A peb in a pinch, right? You never know when you need a panic peb in a pinch.
Wait, it is allowing mid though. I'm saying that.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, it is allowing mid. MC Shady's mid. Unallowing.
All right. So
pretty traditional starts from the junglers.
Yeah, pretty standard. Very interested to see how this Alawi in the mid lane is gonna work out. Oh no, Ezreal misses one of the melee minions. It's over. I just FF at that point.
I'd try to remake. I'd say, oh, I didn't mean to take Conqueror.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna take Glacial Augment. So.
Yeah. So.
No. I will say, if they... Oh, no, you know what? If they got in the game before but then immediately left, they might not have realized that Alawi was going to be mid. So, this still might be a fairly unpleasant surprise for Canadian KFC. Because I do think, on spec, it made a lot more sense to have Gangplank mid and Alawi top. I think this is a little bit better for Rumble, though.
Is it better for Rumble?
I think Rumble. I mean, I would much rather play Rumble into a melee matchup than a
semi-melee, a pseudo melee.
Yeah, because like Gangplank is really good into melee champions, because it just goes grabs, just shoots them in the face over and over. Although it seems like this Alawi knows what they're doing.
Well, what I will say is I think you're not playing against a lot of Alawi mids. I mean, this is one of MZ's. We talked about MZ being really good at it. This is one of MZ's preferred champions. We've seen it banned against them a lot. And I don't think Ninja Bear is super used to playing against it. The Flag and Drag even misses, and he's going to start healing so much life on it. Ninja Bear dropping pretty low, but he's staying consistent with the fight. He's trying to fight as much as he can. He does go down the first blood over to MZ Shady, and Julie from Bakugan trying to pick up the kill. It does not. He's going to have to burn his flash as well. MZ Shady used no summoners there and went 1-for-1.
Ninja Bear also holds his sums, so in the grand scheme of things, mid lane is going to swing in gold favor towards Alawi by quite a bit. But Ninja Bear does still have his heal and his flash, so it is going to, I guess, feel a little bit safer. But that was a crazy... Normally when you see Alawi's, you're like, yeah, Alawi is one of those champions that in a solo lane doesn't really ever want to get... Or you don't really want to gank her because she has such a potential to turn a 1v2 and make you look like an idiot. And one of the ways around that is ganking her really early before she's able to do that 1v2. But at level 3, she was very capable of turning that 1v2. And I think that's a real testament to how well he had played that lane with landing all those E's in a row.
Well, what I was going to say, too, is I think it's also like Julie missed the Flag and Drag to go into that lane. If he connected that, maybe you burn the sum, or maybe you don't trade 1-for-1 there. Because you do get like that extra second of damage, and you do get the knockup. As well as the Flag and Drag damage, so... Like, that slight misplay might have given MZ Shady a little bit of a lead, and we've seen what MZ Shady can do with a small lead.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned for Ninja Bear now. So, if we take a check-in with the jungle, Olaf doing his Olaf thing, one of the healthier, quickest clears in the game. I do believe it's actually the first or second fastest full clear of the jungle you can do from the start of the game. I think the only thing that could be faster is if you really micro the hell out of a Fiddlesticks clear. And you're taking 2 camps at once a couple of times in there. And even then, it's only shaving a couple seconds off. So Olaf, pretty ahead. Also didn't gank like Jarvan did. Olaf's just going to want to keep farming for a while and start moving that advantage into skirmishes around neutral objectives.
Yeah, Akon the Kid chunking out Rescued a little bit here is Masslink, finding some warding, just going to try to clear it up. He wants to be able to run free around. When you know where the other jungler is, it's a lot easier to make plays, and it's a lot easier to communicate to your team. Remember, this is higher level play that we're seeing in this game. Good dodge there on the pull from Ninja Bear, sidestepping it, but he might be trying to bait a little bit. They're going to see some warding and Julie clearing it out.
If you're Ninja Bear and Julie from Bakugan, one of your biggest fears right now is having Olaf come mid. Ninja Bear's pushed up a little bit,
yep.
But also is so behind in farm that he can't really afford, in terms of gold and pacing, to sack like half a wave to a wave. So Julie's very smartly hovering around mid, getting that vision, because I think if Alawi starts this lane with 2 kills and a 20 farm advantage, I don't know what Rumble gets to do. We do see Rumble.
Julie's right back. The ultimate is going to get dropped. Now the Flag Drag does connect this time, and a lot of damage getting burned onto it. Will they go down? A huge amount of healing is coming out, and they're able to slap everybody all around. A heal from them, but I don't think you're going to be able to kill a single one. This might be a 2 for 0 for the side of Solar Flare. A good flash away from Ninja Bears might keep him alive. He's looking for an E-trade there. He's not going to get it.
Well,
what I was about to say...
remember how I was just a minute ago like, well, if Alawi gets a second kill in this lane and stays up 20 farm, Ninja Bear's going to have a tough time. So Alawi does all those things in the last couple of seconds, and...
Yeah, the Gar is looking here. He's level 6. I mean, he can flash Q, E into R, into buy. And it happens. Which is what I was expecting. Now you got a little bit more stuff on the Gar, who has this CS lead. Like, people were like, why would you pick Garen into Gangplank or into Alawi? Because it's the Gar.
Yeah.
That's
also, it's roaming potential to the mid lane, clearly. So that's actually really nice, and gets the shutdown, because Alawi did have a 200 gold shutdown on her, so nice pickup for that Garen, who's going to come back into that lane. Does still have TP, so could TP right back into that lane if he wants to, and start fighting this Gangplank, because he has more... He's got those Tabai and Dasheen, so I think this is fightable. He does TP back into that lane.
Yeah.
We'll see if he tries to start something up there.
I will say, MZ Shady has definitely played Alawi mid a fair amount. There's 2 spots to stand in Alawi mid. She's standing in one of them right now, and the other spot is back between where she was ganked earlier. And so on your screen, where those first 2 walls kind of make the intersection in the mid lane, on both sides right in front of the turrets. Those are the 2 spots you stand, because you get the proc from both of your things if they come up to fight you, and if they don't, you can pull them into it like this.
Yeah.
And so MZ Shady's used to playing it middle. I'm not sure if they're used to playing the Rumble matchup, but they're doing a great job so far.
Yeah, I was going to remark that just the fact that they have all these tentacles in such good spots, and it clearly shows a knowledge and a mastery of the champion. And also, for me, it shows the value in having it mid lane, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it gets dumpstered by some matchups, but clearly they decided this one was workable.
Rumble
and
does
Rumble
have
going
very
low.
Yeah, he's going to use it just to clear the wave.
He just needs the farm. He's down 40 right now.
He will have to back. They're going to do a double gank here in the mid lane. They're just going to ult him straight up. They know there's no ult for him. The bubble connects onto the pulled up Spirit, and Rescued is here to try to give him a little bit more help. Now the ult is up for the Gar, and he might opt not to if they're able to finish off without it. And now they're going on to Masslink. Masslink is dropping low, and they're going to drop the ult just for a little bit extra damage. See if they can pull it off. There's no flag and drag from Julian. Akon the Kid is here to start poking him down.
When those fights get so close and champions get so low, I always look for the supports, and there was an excellent polymorph from Rescued onto Alawi that secured that kill to make sure that they couldn't do any sort of healing shenanigans. And then as they were starting to dive, a little bit farther onto the Olaf. An excellent Nami bubble knocks up 2 and keeps them safe. So both supports saving that fight from being even more chaotic than it was.
Yeah, and it looks like the first dragon is going to get started up here by Solar Flare. They're up about 1k in gold, and this dragon will help them a lot. So it's going to be Ocean next, which means a Mountain Soul or a Cloud Soul. I think both are just, like, they're probably the 2 weaker souls that people will talk about, but I think they're both still really, really strong, especially with these compositions. I mean, J4 and Rumble would love a Cloud Soul. Being able to ult like that, and that, like, that often would be huge. Alawi would love would love an anything soul. Alawi just kind of benefits from all of them.
Yeah, honestly, would be pretty good anywhere.
Oh, and here comes the ult. She's going to try to drop a lot of damage. There's 3 people here fighting her, and she will go down. Ninja Bear's able to pick up the kill for himself.
Yeah, so I think that is some of the, perhaps, weaknesses of the Alawi mid, in that, yes, you can turn ganks, like, 1v2s really easily, but that's presuming, you know, the ganks are coming from only the jungler and you have enough time to sort of get your cooldowns in order before the next one. When you're mid lane, you're a target from a bunch of different directions, so we see her getting collapsed on when she doesn't have ult.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on to Rescue. The exhaust is going to go down now. Akon the Kid and Rescue are dropping super low. Mobron's also on the backside. The ultimate from GP is going to zone them away. They're going to try to speed up PP Bears, but an ultimate is going to get dropped. It's not going to connect for the kill.
I don't think he had enough for that kill there anyway.
I'm glad, because right now the whole game is MZ Shady. 2 to 4, 4 to 2. Just look at it. It's very funny. I kind of want it to only be that for the rest of the game. We're going to find out how long it stays like that.
I mean, right now the onus is definitely on him to carry. I also think that Solar Flare is on a clock because they're all AD. So the Gar has Tabi already.
Hold on. I will say Ezreal could absolutely shift into an AP carry position. With the
yeah, you could go. This is maybe not the worst time to go Leandries on Ezreal.
Like, you could still find a way to, like, even the 2 items he's bought build into AP items. Now, do I think that's smart? I mean, maybe.
He could. I mean, he could go.
If he's played it before, Seraph's Lich.
Here.
He can absolutely go Seraph's Lich into Leandries.
I don't think so, but
I doubt he will. I'm just saying, you know, there's.
I'm also gonna doubt that, but
you know, there's possibility.
It's not the worst option. I do think he definitely should tech into a Leandris.
Oh, and here we go. So much damage. Wait, did she try to kill back though? I don't think so. She flashed out of it.
But
she's still alive right now.
Oh my god!
Well, MZ Shady.
Tactical gameplay.
Yeah, is still the entire game. 3 and 4.
I mean, they already have a finished item. Like, they have a Black Cleaver already.
Yeah. It's gnarly, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna feel pretty good. Olaf's gonna drop that Herald mid. If we take a look at that tower, it is low enough to get popped here. So that's gonna be a 13-minute first tower for Solar Flare, which is... Yeah, I mean, getting all 5 of those plates is pretty nice. And now it opens up the map. So you could, right now, and I think Solar Flare should definitely consider this, just put Alawi bot and then send Nami Ezreal mid. If they want. They also could just keep her mid because she's already beaten up on this Rumble. But I think having this mid tower down so early lets you be really flexible with where you put people in lanes.
Yeah, so it's also one of those
things. It opens up a lot of the map.
You gotta look at where the next major objectives are, right? I mean, a minute 16 until this dragon is up, and maybe after the dragon goes down, then you can look to switch lanes. You usually won't do it. Vezu is even going to time his back with it. I mean, he does have teleport, so he can still walk back up top. Or what he can do is if he does channel the back and goes all the way back right now, he can walk to the dragon. Well, he's going to drop the ultimate just to clear the wave. He's going to say he can walk to the dragon and then teleport back up top to hold. So I think that's the play.
Yeah, that's possible.
Rumble's rolling down right now. He's getting spotted by a ward though. I think.
Interesting that Alawi's going up top now. I mean, they do have teleport up, but that is not necessarily... I guess the tower is pretty low. Oh, the guard didn't finish his back. So this is going to be a... Yeah, he's just going to get the hell out of dodge. He doesn't want any part of that.
No, he's a good champion, though, for MZ to be matching right now for the side of Solar Flare. I think that's why they're doing it. Like, Gangplank needs to be closer to this. because you see the teleport coming in. It's going to be terrifying. You have to back away from it. You have a lot of zoning control. And speaking of zoning control, PP Bear is going down. The score goes to 4-4, and the gold lead tilts further to the side of Solar Flare.
Akon the Kid and Mobron basically played that perfectly. I mean, yeah, it was the 2v1, but the way that they layer and buffered their spells shows that they are quite practiced together, although here comes a Jarvan.
Mobron's going to get ulted onto the Cataclysm going down as well as a Rumble ult, and Mobron's dropping pretty low, only about 400 life left. He does heal himself. He's trying to run away, but Ninja Bear is level 10 and we'll pick it up. Here's that teleport we're talking about, and yeah, it looks like it's all not so menacing until you see Alawi come out from the other side of it. An ultimate from Ashe is not going to strike anyone, and this is going to be the fight over the dragon next. I think Solar Flare being on red side still have the better positioning.
I agree. I mean, Nami's already back up. Ezreal's going to be up soon too. I think the death timers are early enough in the game where because they have that priority position, they can buy some time. Although MZ Shady might be
dropping the ult here. Gonna heal a lot, but there's so many people coming in. They are gonna finish it off with the Gar's ultimate. They get a kill. You know, 1-for-1 almost every single time. MZ Shady is 4-5 right now, and Ashe is sitting over here trying to slow these people down. It's gonna be a 4-for-4. Jungler gone. Julie out.
Tell you what, yeah, with Dragon up, that 1-for-1 is I mean, stopping the back is huge.
Oh! There's no escaping rescue. You're going down.
That's tough. I mean, that's gonna be an Ocean Drake. I don't think they can contest this.
No, not without 2 right there, especially one in the jungle.
Yeah, Akon the Kid knows that. He's getting pretty aggressive here. Woof.
Remember, this is second seed against third seed. Third seed being Solar Flare, the team that's ahead of the goal right now on the red side.
Yeah, this is a close one. I mean, the kills look pretty close, but the tower and the farm and the dragons put this pretty squarely in the court of Solar Flare. Although again, they're all AD, so we'll see what happens later on. We already see Rumble with some armor. Jarvan's got armor. Garen's got armor.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, so it is going to be the mountain, right? And obviously, if Canadian KFC can start to turn this around, and they get the mountain souls, I really think it's their game 100%.
Right.
But you're not ahead right now. You are behind. You don't have map pressure. You have no towers on the map. You're trying to push out your ward lines, but it's dangerous every time you leave your lane. So if these next 2 dragons don't go the way of KFC, it just means that this all AD comp is going to basically snowball so far ahead that it's not going to matter that they're all AD.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it's up to Canadian KFC to find some way to stall this out a bit, because already having 2 dragons is pretty nice in 17 minutes. It just keeps grabbing that spirit. And Alawi is, I mean, getting that Syrinx next. Black Cleaver Syrinx, I'd imagine Death's Dance third.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary to think about.
It's going to be hard to beat down. I mean, they have a lot of damage. Like, we saw the Rumble Garen combination of just burning you down and then blowing you up. So...
And the true damage on the ult from the Garen has been really helpful in just sort of like securing. One of the things about Alawi is she usually gets really low and it... Ooh.
Oh, she does get tagged by the Ashe ult, but they're not going to go in on it.
Okay. Yeah. But one of the most frustrating things about Alawi is how low she'll go and then be able to turn it back around. But with a true damage ult like Garen's, when she gets that low, he can just execute.
Right.
And that's happened a couple of times where like maybe one more W and a tentacle slap heals her up, where it's enough where she can maybe pick off another person or stay in the fight a little bit longer, but the guard just says...
You know, he has the execute button, right?
Yeah.
Looks like Herald is going to go over to the side of Solar Flare here as Mobron and Masslink are just slapping everything together.
Yeah, no one from Canadian KFC is really in position to contest this right now, so it looks like it's going to be a pretty free Herald.
I wonder where they want to.
Yeah, they really just need to sit and farm and stall this out. They want to get as much armor and items as they possibly can. They absolutely do not want to fight somewhere where they don't really have vision, and I don't think they knew where Alawi was either, so walking into a neutral objective where Alawi could be there setting up tentacles and ready to ult is definitely not a thing you want to go into, especially when you're down 4,000 gold. So that's going to be a Herald over to the side of Solar Flare. Interested to see what they do with it. It is on Olaf, so it can be really put in any lane. They might just bring it bottom to break that last outer turret. Ashe pinging out the Mountain Drake in 1:42. So maybe they're considering trying to fight for that.
Yeah, the Gar, Julie for Bakugan, and PP Bears all getting Executioner's Calling. All going to be able to chew through these guys here. So this is really good from them, getting the heal cutting early for this Alawi. And they itemize it onto the right people. If you're going to buy it, it's the cheapest for the AD people to buy it, so good on them. This could be a kill right here. No, he's not going to flash. All right, I don't think it was
yeah, I think... I didn't see if GP used W, but if you think his W's down, it's kind of tough to try to use an executability because you can always sort of... Oh, they're going to use Herald's mid, which I think makes sense. The 2v2 for Canadian KFC was bottom. They're definitely going to break this. They might even break an in-hit tower. They're definitely going to get a second charge off it.
No. They're going to back up. Now that bot lane is able to rotate.
They got to respect the Agile. They have to respect that.
Yeah. MZ Shady is level 13 right now in this game. He's looking pretty juicy with the items he's got. He's got the most farm in the game. He's definitely a big threat right now.
Oh, for sure. And GP, I mean, GP's up quite a bit in farm, as is Alawi, like you mentioned. Dragon spawning, and it does look like, I mean, the Gar has teleport, and Canadian KFC have pulled 4 members down for this Dragon, and it looks like Solar Flare is going to be matching them. Gangplank's teleport is also up, and he does have ult, so he's going to go mid. So it looks like Canadian KFC is somewhat interested in fighting around this objective if they can find a nice opening. They have all of their ults up. Both teams have all their ults up except for Ezreal, which is like not super important.
If he gets enough to use it, we'll be right back up for this fight here.
Yeah. And it looks like Canadian KFC is
they're going to try to trade top tower for it?
Yeah, no, here's the guarantee P though. Ashe ult onto the GP who immediately cleanses it.
Yeah, there's a lot of damage coming out from both sides. The ultimate is down, and it looks like Olaf's the first one to drop. The Gar follows right after. Akon the kid's dropping really low. It's used to cleanse. Now he's trying to poke back. A good flag and drag to get in range of Vezu. They're going to finish him. MZ Shady is fighting PP Bears, but he's kiting really well. And a good use of Polymorph by Rescued might mean they can actually finish him off. They do, and out of nowhere, Canadian KFC looking super strong. Good ult.
Oh, I was just gonna say, a great set of plays, but don't quite count out Solar Flare, who now make it a 2v2 with a great ult from Akon the Kid.
I don't think you can fight these. You can't fight them here. You can't do this. Canadian KFC might have to back up if they're going all the way in. Druid for Bakugan has a lot of armor, but not enough, and Rescue's gonna try to flash away. He's got the shield for
Dragon
himself,
acting
got
as the
slow.
6th member of Solar Flare there, just beating Jarvan up behind the back.
Now, if he can stall long enough, they still might be able to come back and get this Dragon, but I don't think so. The Gar is up in 1 second. He can start to run here. But what looked like a great fight, and I still think was for the position of them, Canadian KFC was turned around the bot lane for Solar Flare coming up big.
I mean, that was almost basically best case scenario for Canadian KFC, right? You're not looking for a 5-0 ace. You're looking to be able to make a trade that's in your favor and then try to take the objective, or at least back off to preserve some of this.
Oh, it's resetting though.
But
Okay.
The jungler's here though.
No, the W was...
Yeah.
It used there, that volley, just using to scout it out a little bit, and it looks like the third Dragon does go over to the side of Solar Flare, really putting Canadian KFC on a big clock, though.
Yeah, I will say that did show that Canadian KFC could pull off a decent team fight, even from behind.
Yeah.
So, yes, they're on Soul Point. Yes, Baron spawning. Yes, I'd still 10 times out of 10 pick to be in Solar Flare's position right now. It's not totally hopeless. Derek's finished, and yep, that Death's Dance coming in third for Alawi. GP with 2 items. Ezreal with 2 items. Hasn't gone into any AP yet, but definitely doesn't need it. If he does go AP, it would probably be 4th item Leandre's, which is the most meta way for Ezreal to get some AP.
By far the most money in the game is on this Alawi. She's sitting at 11,000 total. Next closest isn't even 10,000. Almost though. Gangplank's almost there. A few more minions. So I think that at this point in time too, though, if you're on the side of Canadian KFC, you have to be telling yourselves like, hey, we were down a lot and we still really contested that fight. We can do this. We just got to sit back a little bit more. Got to understand when we can go in, when we should, and continue to push this warding out.
Yeah. And this is a point in the game where there isn't, like, a ton to do for either team. Like, yes, Baron is live, but even as far ahead as Solar Flare is, I don't think they're necessarily ready to make the call to try to pull the trigger on Baron. Also, Canadian KFC has that warded up. Like, it is lit up like a Christmas tree down there, or up there. So
they do the Gar has no teleport. That's he was showing the bot lane there. I mean, that was their only lane.
But Canadian KFC knows that if there's no way for Solar Flare to sneak a Baron or get there without them having time to respond to it, because they still have to clear that vision, set up their own push out. Like, there's plenty of time. So both teams just sort of farming up, hoping, just, you know, trying to get these nice power spikes. Alawi gets her 3rd item power spike here. Rumble gets his 2-item power spike here. J4 just finishes Gargoyle Stone Plate, which is a nice spike for him. Lets him EQ right in, Cataclysm, and then just live for a while.
I mean, Alawi's 3 items.
Yeah. That's still far and away the scariest thing. And hallelujah, look at Gangplank, 3rd item Leandries. That's exactly what we were talking about. Getting some of the AP items onto these more traditional AD champions to mix up the damage profile a little bit.
Yeah.
Not the worst. I think I'd rather see it on Ezreal, and I think seeing it on Gangplank makes it more likely that Ezreal's also going to go it, because it's clearly something they're thinking about,
right.
And I think he's just going to go in 4th item, which makes sense. I think that's...
Yeah, I think first 3 on Ezreal, especially since he's going Iceborne Ezreal. He's looking to try to kite back a little bit. I mean, he is really their only true, like, hard and true ranged with Nami, so...
Yeah. At least that's not a conditional range. Like, Gangplank is ranged, but it's not perfect. As we see here.
And he's getting absolutely melted by Ninja Bear and Julian Bakan. They do burn the heal. They do not get hit by the ultimate from the side of Ezreal, but MZ Shady is so big. He does drop the ult. So that's the plus side there, is rescued, and PP Bear is going to run over and try to help the car.
It's just funny to watch people just surrounded by tentacles. They're just like, okay, League of Legends has become this small mini game that I didn't sign up for, and I just have to sort of take my eye off the... Oh no, Julie
may be going over the wrong blast cone right there, but he flags and drags onto 2 people. He does have his ultimate up, and he's going to use it. It doesn't lock people up for PP Bear's ult, though, and he gets hit by the tidal wave from Nami. Now Olaf might be in the wrong position. He's dropping pretty low from this. And the ultimate from the Gar and the flash used right there. The other flag and drag is going to miss onto Akon the Kid. Now they're burning him down. The redemption is used, but a great double bubble from Mobron means that they can't really advance into this fight anymore. Ninja Bear is, though.
Here's MZ Shady. His ult is almost back up.
That is terrifying. Ninja Bear gets caught out in the end of this. Just went a little too aggro. By the end of it, rescued now is furthest up and retreating.
I mean, the fights are fairly close. It's Canadian KFC showing that they can still scrap. They can show up. But
now
Ezreal's doing a lot of work
here's the thing.
here.
If the Ashe arrow connects onto Ezreal and to Nami there, and Rumble can follow it up with an ult, you can melt those 2 people.
Yeah.
You can't really melt MZ Shady. You can't really melt Maskling. But everybody else, you can kind of just shred through if you land the right abilities onto them. So if you catch out the right people, if you don't blow your summoner spells on the people too early, although this might change if they're able to pick up this soul right here. Julie from Bakugan has to know. He does get pulled over. He's just looking for the Flag and Dragon Steel. He knows he's risking his life to try to do this here. He's getting really low, though, and here's the ult. He's going to go in, and it's not going to be enough, but now Akon the Kid is on the wrong side of the wall. PP Bear is sitting back. Soul picked up for the side of Solar Flare.
So now that's partially crippling, right? Yeah, at any point, Canadian KFC might have been able to say, well, you know what, we can hang in there, we can start contesting some dragons, but now it's too late. Right, the next dragon is Elder. There's no chance for you to get Soul anymore. There's no chance for you to get any of those Mountain Drakes, because he's so valuable in this team comp against Solar Flare. Yeah. And now Solar Flare is taking this Soul and going directly to Baron with it.
And this is really the... Oh, this is a good use of the ultimates. This is the combination we talked about, and here comes the Gar. Look at the way he shreds through these guys. He's going to secure that kill onto the Nami, and they're just going to try to fight for this Baron here. They're going to try to burn everybody down, but it goes over to the side of Solar Flare, and everybody might die for it, though. They're kind of hiding back. MZ Shady does have the ultimate, but is trying to run away. So way to be aggressive on that play instead of just conceding the Baron and laying back.
Yeah, I mean, they're not ready to take this lying down. They're not ready to end this game quite yet. MZ Shady, Vesu, and Maskblink all flashing over the wall. Maskblink, I believe, ticked out from either an Ignite or Rumble's Leandries. So now we only have Baron on 2 people for Solar Flare, and Canadian KFC is marching through mid lane and is going to get, I think, 2 turrets here, although MZ Shady might have something to say about that.
He does have his ultimate up, and he will be able to use it. Now, there's a lot of tankiness on this character right here, and he grabs PP Bears. That is not the person you want to have pull in. So he's going to drop pretty low, but the flag and drag from Bakugan means he's now taking the turret, and he's trying to run away. He's got help from his team. I think he will get out safely.
Okay. So, like I was mentioning before, Gargoyles don't play great on him.
Here comes an ult. Ash! Taken down. Sniped by Ake on the kid.
Julie from Bakugan picking. BB Bear's flash as ready. So, sad that has befallen them. Do you think with PB Bears, with Ash dead, this might be Solar Flare trying to push?
They're going to try at least for the
They could rotate bottom after. They're definitely going to get the inhib. They could try to end. They also could make a little bit of a safer play and rotate bottom, but...
Yeah, they're going to go onto the guard here, try to poke him out, because he really is a concerning threat. I mean, he's 3-1 and 5, but look how the damage they can do to him.
Yeah.
He's going to start spinning and just try to walk away as Solar Flare makes that rotation you talked about.
Yeah, so that's the safer play, right? If they were able to pick the Gar there, I think they just shoved to win, but Ash is up now and the Gar survives, so they are just going to make that rotation down to the bot tower. They have how much time left on Baron? They still have a decent... Oh no, wait, it doesn't tell much how... It doesn't say how much time it's spectated anymore.
So, it's a minute and a half for the first Baron, right? So they have about 25
Oh, yeah. So they have, So they had enough time to get that, and they might try to push for a second inhib turret. Jarvan is up farming his blue buff and is probably not going to be able to help out on this. So this might be a second turret here, although like we talked about, the Baron is ending, so it's going to be hard to siege those 2 cannons.
Should be gone in about 5 seconds if my memory does
If your calculations were correct. Here's Julie.
It's still on them, so I'm not sure. You're going to go in right now. The Flag and Drag, the Cataclysm is dropped, and the ultimate hits onto Messi, but he just oranges it. A nice ultimate from Ninja Memories. Everybody's getting shredded in the back line. They are just going to focus Julie from Bakugan, who pops his stone plate, but he does go down. The Flag and Drag doesn't hit, and now they're in a heap of trouble. Now they're down a man. Now they're down. They're engaged, and Maskling's just going to run at them. I don't think PP Bears and Ninja Bear can hang on to this game. I never realized how many bears they had on their team until right now.
Yeah, it's a bunch of bears. Also, you were very wrong about your Baron estimation there.
Yeah, what's going on?
Right now.
Was that the second Baron in the game, and I'm just losing my mind?
You are a literal baby. It could not be.
Wait, was that the second Baron? Is that why? It's gonna be game over to Solar Flare.
Game over for Solar Flare.
Yeah. Someone's gonna have to find the timings and just tell me exactly what they are, so I don't sound like a goddamn jabroni next time I cast this game.
Yeah, fucking idiot.
Goddamn, just an idiot.
Yeah, huge idiot.
Huge, stupid, gross, ugly.
Huge, dumb, idiot.
Ugly.
Stupid. Ugly.
Look at the damage. Ninja Bear is doing so much damage this game. He actually did the most in the game. Rumble normally will find a high number of total damage to champions, but topped everybody, even the Allow, even the Ezreal this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's... I consistently think back about how many, major Alawi players we have in our league. For whatever reason, it seems like Alawi players are attract. Yeah, are they all the same person?
Might be the same guy.
I mean, I've never seen Leap and MZ Shady in the same place at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about it with your brain. You know?
Oh, I'm thinking about it on my brain. I think about most things, even with my brain. Interview MZ Shady, the fans want to hear it. I don't know. I don't know if you guys deserve it yet. We'll see what you do. So, because Solar Flare is the lower seeded team, they get to choose. They have side selection for game 2. whereas Canadian KFC have side selection for games 1 and 3. So Canadian KFC chose blue side game 1. Obviously, like we saw, lost the game. So let's see where Solar Flare chooses what side. They take red side for game 2. So they liked it game 1. They say we're going to run it back.
We're gonna run it back.
And you don't even have to move any of the.
Just gotta add a 1, baby. Just gotta add a 1. I love that about Solar Flare. Let me tell you, they don't switch it up on me.
Tell ya.
They keeping it real clean, real simple for me.
I'm not saying I creamed my pants
Per se.
but the first line of defense is definitely compromised. So are you calling your underpants?
Yeah,
the
that's
first
what he's
line of
saying.
defense?
So
Like,
this
that's what
person
it is?
did cream their underpants.
But it has yet to seep into the pants.
Right, it is right. There's a tough barrier between.
Now my question is, you gonna change? You're just gonna see how long that first line of defense
I think you should change.
He says it's definitely compromised, but has not yet fallen.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he wants to reinforce it or see how long he can hold out. But the shields are weakening.
I agree with someone you don't know. Gross. Good point, someone you don't know. Guys, we're already here on the stream side. I don't know if you're watching on at home or if you're just thinking about how cute Bugberry Finn and Bigfoot are. If you're thinking about that, hey.
The answer is very.
And join the Discord down below. Follow the YouTube. You can listen to the sultry voice anytime you want. But not right now. I'm going to change my voice right back up, and we're going to get into this next game. Game 2 of Best of 3 series between a number 2 and number 3 seed here in the CEO League.
Yes. They have bots casting this anyways. They don't read chat. Totally correct.
That's true. Pants, pants, pants.
Very true. Pants, pants, pants. What's that emote? What the hell?
Slippy Rage.
Slippy Rage. Sleepy Rage. Sleepy.
Sleepy Rage. Sleepy Rage.
Bigfoot is a sex machine, if that's what you mean. It's exactly
that is what they are saying.
That's what they're saying. Look, you know what? At the end of the day, I do it all for the fans. I try to give the people what they want, and that's all I can do.
He is Bigfoot. I've talked about this before, maybe with you. I've talked about my nightmare I had about Bigfoot.
Like the Sasquatch? The Sam Squamch?
Yeah, like the real Bigfoot that exists is totally real. If you don't believe it, I'm going to destroy you. So,
why?
I'll talk to you about it.
I don't believe it. Okay.
We're waiting to start this game, so I'll talk to you about it. Because I know everybody, all these fans, look at all these fans, they're begging for it. Look at Vezu Hype, Sleepy is an OW streamer. This Akon guy sucks.
They want to hear about the Sam Squamch. Hit him with the Sam Squamch stream.
All right, so here's what happened in my dream, right? It was really more of a nightmare. I was, like, playing hide and seek with all my buds, and we're thinking about hide and seek, and I go into a library at some point, and I get this book out written by Bigfoot. Okay. And it's about how to always win at hide and seek. And I was like, I'm pumped. I'm going to read this book in my dream right now. I didn't know I'm dreaming yet, but I'm going to read this book right now. I read the book, and it says, it has all these secrets about how to be the perfect hider. Okay? Boom.
Yeah.
How to always win. Make $1 million playing hide and seek with your friends. Bet it all. Bet it all on the line. You can't find me. 4 weeks. Can't find me. 100%.
May I interject with a question, or should I save it for the end?
Save it for the end.
Okay.
So, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. I get all my friends together. I bet a ridiculous amount of money, right? No way you find me. Only in 50 acres of woods. You have 2 weeks to find me. I bet you can't do it, right? All right. So, little did I know this was all Bigfoot's trap. To get someone else to become Bigfoot. He knocks me out on the first night, completely shaves his own body, and covers me in glue, and then puts all his hair on me, and then leaves me with a note that says, "You're Bigfoot now, suck it." And I had to be Bigfoot for the rest of my dream, running away from people that pointed at me. It was terrifying, and I think that's what Bigfoot really is.
Yeah, it's like a very twisted version of the Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You think that Bigfoot is like Santa Claus in the Santa Claus series, whereas it is a title or a position rather than a singular person. Or the Dread Pirate Roberts. It's the same sort of... Huh.
Yeah, it's messed up, dude.
What were some of the hiding tips? Do you remember any of them?
No. It was kind of like a montage of me reading it, which also made it like not a nightmare for a minute. It was like, oh, I don't have to read this book. All right, this might be a dream. I'm not...
Was the montage set to music?
No, it wasn't. I can go back and change it though, maybe if I have a better dream.
I mean, That seems smart, but you do whatever you want. I'm not gonna force you.
Thanks, dude. Appreciate it.
Casters, I have a favor to ask. Please call Vesu I Siphon. It is his true identity. Vesu Siphon. 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 All right.
I believe it's Siphon.
Siphon.
Yeah. If it's Siphon, we know because they tell us.
Right. All right.
Just waiting to start this game. If Vesu has a million fans, then I'm one of them. If Vesu has 10 fans, then I'm one of them. If Vesu has only one fan, then that is me. If Vesu has no fans, then that means I am no longer on Earth. If the world is against Vesu, that means I am the world? I'm against the world. Oh, okay, I'm against the world. Be smart. Hey, Mr. Prezi, I'm streaming, dude. Stop inviting me to A-Rams, bruh.
Yeah,
Mr. Prezi,
dummy.
you smelly person. Loading on
Whoa,
in.
here we go.
Big
Here.
ban.
Oh,
They're ready, baby. Let's see.
First ban allowing.
I wonder who Siphon's gonna pick.
Vladimir. All right.
I wonder if Siphon
Second
is gonna pick a
ban
good champ.
allowing. This Vladimir gone. Yep. All right. I think we're probably going to see very similar bans from Solar Flare. For
Do
sure.
you adapt? Do you let the cast get through? Do you just ban it out? I think Alawi's only. Maybe they're expecting it this time. They have the counter pick into it.
So that's what I was going to say.
Oh, they
they
nope.
ban it. They respect it. They respect it. Yeah. I think Alawi was certainly a counter pick, so I think they probably could have played it a little bit fast and loose and kept it up. But definitely just taking the safe way out and banning it. They have no interest in playing against that. And Victor being banned, a Ninja Bear special.
Same bands from the side of Solar Flare.
Yeah, so let's see. I wonder what they have high priority game one. Yep, so they take the Olaf away.
Yeah. It's a good take. It's a good, that's an advantage of playing on the blue side, right? Is you get the...
Yeah.
You, without showing your comp too much, you get a fourth ban, right? Kind of, in just your next pick.
Yeah, and that's sort of especially if it's a strong pick for your team as well. That is sort of like a nice, like you said, 4-champion swing that blue side gets to take. Immediately answered by Trundle, which is a decent counter to Olaf in the jungle. Olaf a little bit stronger early, but Trundle does scale a little bit better than Olaf and kind of strips a lot of his resistance away. So, I mean, Olaf diving your backline is scary. Olaf diving your backline without a bunch of tanky stats is significantly less scary. So I think Trundle, a nice counter pick there. Always nice to pick to be able to counter pick jungle early, in my opinion. And I think Solar Flare is probably going to do the same thing they did last game, where they save solo lanes for counter pick. And I think that's really smart.
Interesting.
They picked the Ezreal up. They liked it.
Normally, so Solar Flare's been playing on red side.
Yeah.
A lot. Every game so far in the playoffs, I think. Might be wrong about that, but I believe I'm right. And normally they would first pick, second pick their bot lane. Because of the pressure from taking away Olaf, they decided that it's more advantageous to not get another ban against them and make sure they lock in the jungle within the first 3.
Yeah.
Vesu has 7 cats. I think you mean Siphon has 7 cats. Maybe get it right next time that you type in the chat instead of offending me to the greatest magnitude that you could.
How dare you?
Wow.
I do like... I mean, I like that they pick their bot lane early. I think it makes sense. It allows you to sort of grab a blind like a couple of decent blind picks and get some good synergy. But I also think support, the later you put off support, the better. It is one of the stronger roles to counter pick in a constructed 5s game. So just being able to see a little bit more of their comp might influence what support they want to play here. So far, we've seen Shark run on Nami and Janna in the playoffs. But they do just go for the Cassiopeia.
The cast got through.
It did get through, and they know that it was going to get banned second rotation. So
no reason not to take it here.
Yeah.
Especially because Rumble would output a lot of damage, and now Vesu is on this champion Siphon is on this champion where Siphon has popped off many times. Showed incredible performances, has solo carried games, turns into this absolute machine gun dealing out damage by mid-late game. So I'm expecting now they're going to ban away the Jarvan, so they think Trundle's top.
Interesting. I think that's, sure, why not?
Now, it also could be Shark on.
Shark on
plays a lot of support, so it could be...
Yeah, it could play. Could play. Although I played with Mobron for a while, and I don't think I've ever played with Jarvan. But I could be wrong, who knows. I do like Cassiopeia so far into their comp. Rumble and Olaf are pretty short-ranged, and Cassiopeia fares really well with short range people. She can kind of keep at arm's length. Olaf can get through, but I think the Trundle's going to mitigate a little bit of that. Cass can tear through tanks anyway.
And so they don't know where it is. So they're going to ban one of each. And I think the Hecarim ban is really necessary. MZ Shady's Hecarim, we've seen it many times. Super strong.
The Trundle could also be support.
True, but they're hovering the Nami.
Yeah, so they're going to run back to Nami. I mean,
I don't see why not.
He's got a nautical name. There's only a couple of options.
True.
It's either Nami
yeah,
or
I mean, you could maybe Fizz. You could maybe make an argument.
I don't think anyone can make an argument for playing Fizz support.
I can.
Okay, tell me.
If Plead the Fifth is your support and he tells you he's been playing a lot in solo queue.
Alright, fair enough.
Be like, yeah, go for it, Plead, whatever.
I mean, the ult's got some pick potential. The cooldown's quite a little bit longer than something like Morgana, but... So, PP Bear's picking up the Yuumi for his support rescued. So, Yuumi Ashe is going to be their bot lane.
So, what I'm going to say is, that was PP Bear's... Someone said, PP Bear's, what support do you want? And he just picked Yuumi. He's like, I just want to be alive. I just want to stay alive.
Yeah, rescued is like, pick me Braum. Or like, pick me Nautilus.
Pick me Nautilus, pick me Braum.
And Yuumi just...
Oh, I'm cutting out of comms. I can't hear you.
Oh, no, my Discord... Oh, I lagged. I lagged.
You're playing Yuumi. Is that what you wanted?
Rescue picking for top lane. Interesting.
Like this.
Hard for Pats to kite out a Malphite if he's already
I like this.
throwing his whole body at her.
Because I think this comp is really cut and dry of what they want to do, right?
Yeah.
This is a much easier to execute composition from the side of Canadian KFC, and I think they had really good ideas last game. They weren't able to execute fully.
Uh-oh. That Cassio is tough.
Ooh.
That is...
That's
tough. That's tough.
So, either of these... Wait.
You could also...
They haven't traded yet? They haven't traded yet? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah. So, MZ Shady is going to be playing mid again this game, I would imagine. You could also put Malphite mid and put Rumble top. They could double swap.
So, I think you put Kassadin in the lane you think that will get targeted the least from Julie. Because I think you just want him to be chill and be like, okay, we just want to get you online as fast as possible.
But that's the same thing for Kassadin. Both Casses operate the same way.
True, but I think once you get Kassadin online, then you put him in the middle lane. Regardless of where he is. Because he can roam much with greater impact than Cassiopeia.
So you hide Kassadin top until 6 and then you swap?
Possibly. I think it's
that's
also...
pretty big brain.
It might be what they want to do as a team, too. I mean, I think either matchup is fine for either of them. Yeah. There's no, clear, oh, Rumble is going to shit on you. Kassadin can trade with the Qs a little bit. Right. So...
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. At least at first pass, it doesn't seem like either one of these solo lanes are one. Any combination of them, someone just hard wins.
Yeah.
I think Kassadin works well. I mean, the magic shield. So one of the things that you got to think about when you're playing Kassadin is okay, how effective is my Q shield? Is my magic shield? And it's always going to be effective against Rumble because Rumble does only magic damage outside of his auto attacks. But Malphite does a little bit of mixed damage, I believe. Some of it is I think some of it is physical damage.
Malphite's W.
His Q, I'm pretty sure his Q is magic damage.
His Q and his E, I believe, are magic damage. His E also grows off of armor. His armor.
Yeah.
Set. So his W, though, increases his...
Scaling is different than type of damage, though.
Right. But I believe it is magic damage across the board, with the exception of his W.
Okay. So then Kassadin can go anywhere, and he's pretty safe with that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can actually throw him up there. The thing is, where is Olaf going to go, and how is Julie going to play on all... We've seen Julie play on these more early, aggressive junglers, but Olaf isn't always like that. And how does he keep numbers on Masslink? And for the side of Solar Flare, Masslink has finally not gotten Olaf in a game for the first time in a very long time. So what do you decide to do with it? How are you going to now utilize his Trundle? Not crazy different playstyle by any means, but in fact, it's extremely similar.
Yeah. And I'm interested to see Julie's pathing here. Olaf, like we mentioned last game, has the opportunity to be one of the fastest jungle clears, so
and
interested to see.
What mid-late game carries harder, the two Casses or the fact that you have Yuumi Olaf? Which one is it? Yeah. And who gets ahead more? Who can turn these into some neutral objectives? Can Canadian KFC pick up a couple of dragons, and hopefully they can get more to 2, because it does take at least 2 to tango.
To Tango, yeah, that's correct. You're right. It is not 1-1. It is 1-0 to Solar Flare. And we're just waiting for this pesky spectator delay to wrap up, and we're going to get right in the game now in about 8 seconds. I'd say in about 6 seconds, we're going to get 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up?
Here we go.
What's
Here
up? Countdown for when I return. Hey guys, check this out.
Oh, I didn't even know you left. I'm going to be honest with you.
Look at this. Ice cold coriander right here.
Ooh, that's a nice...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Gotta get the coriander in.
So you sound like...
Nothing's more refreshing than a nice ice cold coriander. Guys, if you want to have yourselves the ability to talk about coriander beer, make sure you join our Discord down at the bottom. Make sure you check out our YouTube. We put all of our streams up there. Scout any team you need to. If you don't even want to play in our league and just want to be kind of affiliated with us a little bit, try to find some scrims from our teams for your leagues, that's fine too. Join in, post on our scrim channel. We encourage it. Guys, we're heading into the Game 2 of the CEO Semifinals here. It's going to be a banger of a game. Banger of, it's a banger. It's a banger.
It's a banger.
It's gonna bang.
Interesting part from Cass starting Mana Crystal, which is kind of cute. Is going top. Makes sense. So it looks like they are going to put the Cats in mid. At least to start.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Now, I don't know anything, so this could be totally wrong.
Wow,
but my
okay,
gut tells me if I'm Cassidon, I'd rather start against the Malphite. But maybe Cassiopeia. God damn it, why would they pick both these champions in the same game?
Yeah, this is... You make it hell for casters, by the way. Let's call one Snake Lady and the other Purple Boy.
Okay, so Snake Lady probably wants to be against Rock Boy. So I guess... I mean, neither one of these are going to get... Like, neither one of these people are going to get a solo kill before their first back. So it doesn't really matter. I do think that Rumble can punish Cassidon harder than Malphite can.
Likely. I think that maybe it's also a, hey, we've had MZ in the mid lane the last couple of games, and it just happened to work out.
Yeah.
Why mix it up? Maybe it's a comms thing, too. Like, having him in the middle of the map helps things out. Maybe Vesey was the shot caller, and staying up in the top lane puts you on an island. He's just talking about the game with your team. So there's always different reasons why you might do something if the matchup isn't crazy different, right? And for here, I don't think it's crazy different.
Yeah. So Julie starting, both junglers starting bot side. Julie going right to birds. Nope, I lied. Julie going right to mid lane?
Yeah. Looking for that.
This is
Gonna try to blow that flash. Looking at the top lane for some reason.
I mean, that's a nice... I guess that's nice, especially if Olaf just goes and takes these birds. But he's just gonna go right to his blue. So that's not bad. Burns a little bit of health from MZ Shady. But he's got a Doran shield, which is pretty smart. Start lets him just sort of regen that back up. Although Rumble started E, which is really nice into Cassidon. Can just sort of poke him out with that. The cooldown on that is just unreal.
Yeah. Manaless champs. Nice.
Manaless champs.
Rescue doing a good job trying to trade some poke right there. So
LeBron clipping Ashe a little bit with that bubs.
Whatcha?
With them bubs.
Them bubs. Yes. CEO League player, their natural habitat, the bot lane. They farm minions. Remember to final strike minion event in order to gain item points.
Yeah, that's smart. That's actually word for word one of the load-in tips. Here's Julie is just gonna throw axes at them.
Ninja Bear's already roamed up, and they're gonna get a lot of damage on Vessu. They're gonna burn the flash, and it's gonna be first blood for the side. Julie being more proactive this game, and he picks it up.
Yeah, and that's what Ninja Bear wants to do, right? When you're on Rumble, he didn't get to do it in game one because Alawi just shoved the whole time and was so in his face. But Cassidon's wave clear is absolute garbage for so long that he gets pushed under tower, especially with that early Olaf gank, which gives Ninja Bear so much priority in that lane. And he just gets to walk up to that Tribush, and they just stumble into Cassiopeia, who burns your flash, still dies.
Yeah,
so
and now
that's a tasty lane.
Yeah, Malphite has this lane that might be like repeat gankable here, especially since he's going to be level 4 very, very soon. Although you got to ward for this Trundle. Gotta keep tabs on that boy.
Yeah. Rumble's shield actually kind of trading with Kassadin's magic shield, so they can both sort of pop their shield, and that's gonna definitely go in the favor of Rumble, who can follow up with so much more damage than Kassadin can right now.
Yeah, however, those roams let Kassadin get a little bit better, like, wave prio states. Like, you look at the farm right there, I know he's pushing a wave into him. He's still up a decent amount, and if they do that a couple times, now it's obviously worth, but if the gank doesn't work, then that's when you start to fall behind in the mid lane to the Kassadin, who is stronger, just straight up late.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, thankfully, on the side of Canadian KFC, Olaf gets tanky, Malphite gets tanky, and Yuumi stops people getting assassinated. So, Kassadin is going to have a hard time finding a target, and even Rumble is like kind of a little beefier than a lot of mid laners. So Kassadin's going to have a tough time finding targets to sort of one shot later on. So they're going to have to rely on a little bit more prolonged team fights, elongated team fights. I actually kind of like that better.
I will say that the first rate is going to be the Ocean. So we're going to see right now Olaf getting pinged out on that Tribush. He is going to clear the wards, though, so they feel a little bit of vision control down near the Dragon. The Gar is being aggressive on Vezu, who doesn't have that flash available. The Gar also is a lot of CS up, and he hasn't backed, so he might back right now. This is a big wave to push into Vezu, though. He's sitting on 1,200, so we'll see his first item here.
I wonder if he still goes for an armor item, or if he does go for some MR. I don't think that he does go for MR.
Right into Spectre.
Yeah. Cassiopeia does get quite a bit of kill pressure once she gets enough mana to spam her E on someone.
Yeah.
And she does have 2 mana crystals, so after this wave, she does have TP up. I wonder if she's going to finish like a tier, and then TP back to lane, although it does look like she has... Let me check, it's not on the screen right now. Yeah, she does have a freeze top for a little while, so...
Ninja Bear and Julie have snuck into this pit, though. Probably use the blast cone to get on in there.
Spotted?
They have no.
They didn't get spotted at all?
Cone, I think. They're going to get pinged now, but it won't matter.
Yeah, Olaf is an exceptional early dragon jungler.
Exceptional. Alright, we saw this in Economy, and obviously these are very different flows. But Rescued has taken what I would normally see on Yuumi's, which is the Ari, or Airy, if you will.
Yeah.
I saw an two Economy games where the Yuumi took Electrocute. Is this a thing?
First of all, how dare you ask me that question?
Okay, sorry.
Second of all, I don't know.
I didn't think it was. I'm glad that I'm seeing Rescued a higher elo player picking the Airy here. As DP Bear's trading pretty effectively.
Does he have approach? Let me check out. So one of my favorite things. I don't play ADC, but when I get autofilled, oh, there we go. Okay, pause.
Wow, they paused kind of when you wanted them to. Very weird.
Jungle will BRB. So Maskling has to go take a huge dump, I think. But one of my favorite things about playing Ashe is that you can run approach velocity on her, and if you hit one auto attack, you just can chase down forever. And if you couple that with Yuumi slow,
right? So are they running that?
Yeah.
Very criminal.
Yeah.
Full of crime all the time. I'm just gonna sing now. I think it's over. I've had a little.
That sounds like that cadence ends with reading Rainbow.
Buggle's very quiet. I could turn myself up. Should I turn myself up?
Yeah, I would.
Alright, I'll turn myself
I
up.
would turn me way down, too. You just kicked me out of the call, actually.
I actually am kind of pissed that you're in the call, so I don't want to talk about it too much.
So if we just check in on state of the game right now, Malphite has 1 ward in his inventory, as well as a pink ward, which is a control ward. Has a total Biscuit of Everlasting Will, 3 charges on his Corrupting Potion, a Spectre's Cowl, and 50 farm.
This guy's stacked.
Cassiopeia has 2 sapphire crystals,
Ridiculous.
no charges left in her refillable potions, and a control ward.
Come on.
Olaf has a fairy charm,
Ugh.
refillable potion with no stacks left. Boots of Speed, which gives the unique passive of enhanced movement of plus 25 movement speed, and a Stalker's Blade. 38 farm. God, I hate those noises. I'm gonna stop talking so I don't have to hear those noises anymore.
Just.
Yeah, maybe peek my pants.
Dude, I'd peek your pants for you. No worries.
All right, ready. Here we go.
Ninja Bear is a much bigger Chad than the Gar will ever be, says Cooney Lol.
Well, CUNY is our boss, and we have to agree with him.
Everybody agree with Cooney. We don't want him to hurt us.
And you too can own the league if you donate the price of $23 over the span of a week. You too can be the CEO of the LVLCS.
Whatever you want us to do, we'll just do it because you own us at that point.
Yep.
The game will be unpaused.
And we're in. And immediately Ash is backing. So that was a pretty lackluster resuming.
MC Shady getting blasted.
MC Shady has gotten to level 6 without,
He's got a farm lead.
much trouble. Yeah. That's gotta feel pretty nice. It's going the Roa build. Makes sense. A little tankier, scales a little bit more.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the side of Solar Flare, and then you look at the side of KFC, Solar Flare just wants to survive that Wombo, right? If you survive that Wombo and you can turn it, you're golden.
It's pretty. Yeah. I mean, the longer Cassiopeia has to fight, and the longer Katzen has to fight, you're gonna be that much more dead.
True.
So
they're looking for this exact same gank. They should know that the flash.
So Cassio used W, which is one of her best anti-gank tools, but I do think they know that this is coming. I wonder if that bush is warded. She responded very quickly. It's not warded, so I think she just saw Rumble missing and had flashbacks from earlier.
It was warded and it died.
Oh, and it died. Okay, that makes sense. Otherwise, that was some hella fresh game sense.
She did see the Rumble also leave from that mid lane ward, I think, so.
Yeah.
And you're in comms with people who are good at the game, so.
Right.
That's all I
Both
can
teams
carry.
just content to farm it out right now. Olaf going for this Rift Herald. Don't really think that Solar Flare is in a position to contest that, so they just take it. Now, all turrets have all 5 plates, so this first Herald is almost certainly going to be used unless there is a nice gank or some lane swings aggressively in one favor where they can get a couple of plates. Most likely, this first Herald is not going to be used to kill a tower.
So it'll probably be used around the Dragon timer, right? You have Herald for a certain amount of time, and Dragon's up in about 2 minutes. So you can use it to try to draw pressure, or maybe get like a lot of prio in the mid lane so you can rotate more easily.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. They also can just think about who they want 3 plates of gold on.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think you also mid tower is the most valuable tower to take. So I think even if they're not going to get it, they're probably thinking, all right, odds are we're going to drop this thing then.
Julie doing a lot better job this game securing these objectives. Masslink unable to pick it up. I wonder if you're going to see, like, let's say this game, obviously Hyperia hypothetical, or this series goes to a game 3. Does this Olaf become the majorly, obsessed about pick? Do you see Solar Flare take the blue side? Or, I'm sorry, Canadian KFC remain on the blue side so that they can secure it or deny it?
I mean, if they first pick it and then win a game off of it, and especially if they win it in a circumstance where, like,
it was very important.
Julie's early pressure was influential on it, or Mask's Link's lack of access to that Olaf showed, like, a lack of comfort on other champions, then yeah, I think it's a really strong blind pick if those conditions are met. I think there are a lot of junglers that are better than Olaf, so I would also not be surprised if it goes a different way. But I don't know. You don't pay me for anything, so I'm not gonna think that hard about it.
Yeah, true. Ask Cooney, he's our boss.
Yeah. If you could just give me just a couple more schmeckles.
Schmeckles. Any Schmeckles?
MZ Shady coming out on the side of that trade, but I think Ninja Bear might have expertly baited that trade for Julie to come in. Lure MZ Shady into a false sense of security. Yeah, he's being real creepy right now.
He's lurking. Oh, he showed. Ooh.
Just a frat bro sitting in some grass.
Roll off.
Wait.
Vezu has flash up. The Gar is a big tanky boy who's up a good amount of CS here. Look at the mid lane CS. Like, look at MC Shady, man.
Yeah, dude's stud.
Drake
Dude's
number
a stud.
2. Drake number 2.
They just get a clean free dragon. They don't even have to drop the Herald yet. Although Herald's about 75% done on the timer, so Olaf's going to have to start thinking about where he wants to put that priority and what lane he wants to drop that Herald in. Looks like he's going mid. Maybe mid. Let's take a second to talk about skins. What Malphite skin is that?
Marbleized one.
It's not Molten, is it? Molten's a little
No, it's
redder,
like
right?
it's like literally called Marble Malphite or something, right?
Doesn't look anything like marbles.
The splash art is like pretty old. I might be wrong.
No, that's fair.
It might be a
I'm
chroma
really-
for one too. Like he has a lot of chromas.
That's fair. I love Cosmic Reaver Cassidon, but I'm actually pretty upset because a while back I was like, all right, I'm going to try some Cassidon. I'll get a skin. I have some leftover RP. I'm going to buy Cosmic Reaver Cassidon because it's far and away the best Cassidon skin. And they released the Count one, which is
Get destroyed. Get destroyed.
pretty sick. I think I almost might like that one better.
It's got a great back animation.
Yeah, and it's got a great set of abs.
Got a great set of abs.
So Olaf dropped. Wait, did he not? Did I miss something? Oh, he dropped it mid. Okay. I was like, did he not drop it? Too busy thinking about Cassidon's abs. I apologize.
Cabs.
Cabs.
Get him, cabs, boy.
Cabs. So farm's pretty even across the board except for
Midland.
MZ Shady, who is farming like a Greek god, who are known for.
I was gonna say I don't think Greek gods are really known for farming.
I mean, they're
Maybe
not
the Greek god of farming, but
of farming. Yeah, he's farming like the Greek god of farming.
Now-
And here comes the
now
gank up top.
the ultimate is gonna get dropped. They're gonna drop even more. Vezu trying to run away. Both flashes are burned. They're just gonna be able to choke Vezu down.
So that's really the one bugaboo of picking Cassiopeia into Olaf, is that your ult means nothing. So does have a nice ult that hits both of them, but Olaf says, "What, you gonna yell at me?
You gonna
scream
CC
at
me?
You gonna spit in my face? I don't care."
Get a CC.
Still gonna
Wear a
run at you,
mask.
I'm gonna- Yeah, idiot.
Freak snake lady.
Throw some axes.
Throw some MZ shade.
Ooh, MZ Shady just hits 11. That was really. I don't know if he timed that on purpose, but that was.
Man's a genius.
I mean, 11's the decent power spike for Cassidon here.
Yeah, look at him
Oh,
just
take the
trading.
power
Oh,
shot.
he doesn't take a power shot. A little bit of damage. Ninja Bear not afraid to go back in and trade some, but MZ Shady saying you don't want to do that.
Yeah, and he's got blue buff, so he's pretty comfortable just trading for a while here. But Olaf is here, but so is Nami. MZ Shady sees Olaf, not afraid.
Yeah, a lot of damage going on right here. Like, MZ Shady's potential to blow people up is very scary at the moment.
I mean, every 5 levels it gets infinitely more terrifying. So it just hits 11.
But we
Now
said
it's
that.
pretty scary. When it hits, what?
I've always said that. Whenever you get 5 levels up, you just get scarier.
Yeah. And then what? I mean, once Cassidon hits level 16, if it's being piloted by someone with a brain and the game's pretty even, that's a hard win condition.
Yeah, it's another Mountain Drake here that is going to be the soul. It's going to be up in 1 minute and 5 seconds. So good on Canadian KFC to be able to take the first 2 this game. We're going to see if they can continue that path, because if they do, wow, I think the composition is much better mixed damage now from the side of Solar Flare. You do have these more traditional, like Malphite's a much more traditional tank. Like, he will get big.
Yeah. And he's going tank. Although, Stork Shoes is kind of cute.
He's really trade with him up in the top lane, and I think he's like, well, what real resistance am I going to get from Shoes that I can't get from a better item? Or I can
Adaptive Helm,
big
an
trade.
incredible item into Solar Flare. Between Cass and Cass.
Yeah, Cass and Cass.
And even Ezreal, to some extent, right?
Purple Boy and Spink Lady.
Oh no, it's not magic damage. Never mind.
That's a lot of speech he gets from that. That phase rush is crazy. They took mid tower, and now they're just gonna go line up near this fair. They haven't fought with the Gar yet. There's 2 kills. Oh, a good ultimate is gonna hit onto Nami. They're just gonna go for her. They're saying this is the easy target. Finish it up, try to kill it, let this Kassadin just run away. And
Ashe ult stuns for so long sometimes.
yeah, it's brutal.
It still looks like Solar Flare might want to make a fight out of this.
They might really have the option too. I mean, we know the ultimate is down on both Ashe and on Rumble, and they do not steal it. It's really well secured by George Bakon, and now you got this Yuumi onto him. Olaf Yuumi is a heck of a combo, but no ult for him to pop.
Yeah, so that's a 3rd dragon picked up for Canadian KFC. They're going to be pretty happy with that. I also think they're going to be fairly happy with a Mountain Soul. I mean, it's not amazing. It's no Ocean or Infernal, but it's not bad. MC Shady is coming out
Swinging.
pretty on top of these
He
trades.
is swinging, dude.
Yeah, he's letting them fly. He's also farming 10 CS a minute right
We
now.
talked about this in the last series. His farming is always 10 CS a minute. Like, we saw it on Alawi last game, on Kassadin in this game. Like, he really is so good at the game.
Yeah. I mean, if he wasn't, he would be playing in the semifinals for
CEO League, right? When
CEO
you're ready,
League. And, like, looking fine.
Looking fine.
The dude looks
Those
fine.
Cass abs, baby.
Those Cass abs. Those damn cabs. So Ashe has 1 item finished. That's nice. Ezreal's got an item. Got the Executioner's calling. Paid the Yuumi tax. Pretty nice. So let's take a look at the champions who are stacking things. Rod of Ages 8 stacks. Kassadin's Archangel Staff 284 stacks. Cassiopeia's Archangel's 700 stacks. As we see Malphite ult away.
Uses the unstoppable force. Just get over the wall, get back to his team, be safe. He hasn't really been in team fights. I mean, his score is 0, 0, and 0, and he's just slightly above the CS here at Cassiopeia, so
Yep.
it's okay to blow that ult if you're literally just side laning.
Yeah, I mean he's not gonna need it for the. It's already a quarter done. It's actually a fairly short cooldown after 11, especially since he's already indexed into CDR.
Yep.
So Cassiopeia finishes her staff.
You think it's an Abyssal Mask coming out next for Malphite?
Huh.
I mean, it would be good for Rumble if he's in there, right? Lowering that MR for everybody. It would also be good against the 2 major carries late game, which really will be Cass and Cass. So
Yeah. I wonder. I mean, Sapphire Crystal, Ruby Crystal builds into a few things, right?
I mean,
Is there
it could be
does
a
it build in a
lane
Righteous Glory? Is there a chance it's Righteous Glory?
Yeah, technically.
They don't really have.
Yes, you're right, because it builds into the Glacial Shroud and then into.
I mean, it's another, way to engage.
Sure. All right, we're gonna
Charge
see what
them an ult.
does end
Let's
up going
see.
for. Whenever he does back, so bot lane. You know what's
Olaf
weird? This game has
initially
been
got.
active, but like super boring in comparison to the last one.
Yeah, I do think that as these champions start hitting their spikes, there's going to be a couple of fights coming up that are going to be.
Yeah, MZ Shady wants to kill
Hella.
right here. He knows. Ninja
Yeah,
Bear knows.
he's got blue buff. He's thirsty, but here's Olaf.
Go over the raft pit wall here. Try to just walk it out.
Yeah, I mean, he stays to take the Raptors.
He knows he can just run away, right? Oh, but there's a nice flash.
But here's Trundle. Oh,
He's gonna try to just trade all of the damage, and he does a lot of it. He's not gonna be able to finish it up. But Trundle is there to make sure it happens. The teleport from the Gar means nothing else is gonna go down here.
So Kassadin had been farming so well that he had a 300 gold shutdown that Ninja Bear picked up. So that's gonna basically That's gonna feel great.
He's almost Flame Horizoning him, like...
Yeah, I was about to say that's gonna basically bring Ninja Bear back in line with the gold that Cassidy has, but it
Cass
is
is
not.
1,000 up.
Yeah, it is
This
not.
guy is crazy.
Yeah, that's actually insane.
Glue Eaters are probably watching this game because, you know, Glue Eaters...
Glue Eaters are just gonna target ban MZ Shady.
Well, here's the thing. Titan Gaming Glue Eaters still have a heck of a series on their hand. Like, they play tomorrow night for the CEO, the other semifinals.
Oh, right, yeah.
But like, obviously, the Glue Eaters are feeling confident. I mean, they won the league. They feel really, really good. Titan Gaming probably super prepping for that game. So, Glue Eaters could get overzealous. They could obviously drop it, the series. But, like, also, both those teams are looking at this game like, ooh, I don't even... Can MC Shady get sick maybe before finals? Like, is there enough time to get him sick?
Yeah, if they move on to the finals, I think they should be taking out some protection for MZ Shady. Especially since we have people in the chat who's been following us around for 4 years.
Kind of messed up, but also really cool. I don't know. Wow, MZ, you know, he can really just blow up Yumi, and they're gonna go all in. This is her sole point. Remember, they really, really want to fight, but it's getting really low, and it goes over to the side of Canadian KFC. Now they're tankier. Now they're bigger. They're trying to take this fight, but they haven't done any damage to MZ Shady. Now he's gonna finally have to be chased away. Is Mashlink dropping low? Ninja Bear trying to chase on him. He's gonna get the heals from Yumi, and Julie from Bakugan's pretty big. They are gonna be able to trade him. That's 800 gold for Olaf here, and a cleanse pop for Akon the Kid as well as the Flash. He's gonna get out of the fight, and it's just a 1-for-0. CEO fights are dumb. That was dumb. That was
Canadian KFC did a great job of forcing Cassidy out of the pit, and he actually had to spend one of his ults to go out of the pit off to the side and didn't really do much damage that fight. And then gets blown up immediately after. So this looks like this is the go button for Baron here. With MZ Shady dead for another 15 seconds, they might just look for this as their opportunity to start snowballing back in this lead. Because they do have Soul, but they are still down in gold. Cassiopeia is here, as is Nami, as is Trundle, and Ezreal's on his way.
You don't really shred this. I think you need to use this as an engage onto the other people who aren't as fed as MZ Shady. He has a teleport up. It is available for him to come in.
That might have been an overzealous Baron. In my not-so-professional opinion, I think they,
Hey, I think you're right, though.
should have released that. Or gone for a...
Or gone for a tower, right? Like that's not crazy. A tower's not crazy. You just got soul. You're pretty tanky. It's going to be hard to go in on you, especially with people resetting. This back finish, he's going to
Julie might
stop
be
it,
here.
and he's going to have to be chased down here by Master. The ultimate is available, so I don't think he's too super afraid. And he has the Yumi on him now. They're just going to back out as a team. Canadian KFC, I think, got a real wake-up call from last game, and here they go. They're trying another person. They've only dropped one death this game.
They still have not reset, though.
Yeah, they need to. They really need to. How much gold is
the
sitting
Solar Player is going to push this.
Almost 1,000 each.
They're sitting on,
A nice wave, though, is going to knock out some people, and a huge ultimate from Malphite's going to lock up 2 of them. Can they finish off MC Shady? They can. That's 3 kills. Or 3 deaths now for him. It's a 1-for-1 so far, and PP Bear is now kiting backwards, fighting against these 4 people here. Rumble really can't re-engage. The Flash has to get burned. Holding on to that exhaust, though.
So in a very similar fashion to last game, the team that has the later game sort of win condition loses out on a 4-0 Soul. And it's tough to get to that win condition when the other team has Dragon Soul. No matter what the Dragon Soul is, that's just a really tough position to be down when it's only 25 minutes. So, interested to see the kinds of things that Solar Flare is going to try to do to stall out a little bit more. Now that some of these outer turrets are going to start falling, that Baron becomes a real threat for Canadian KFC to take. It is Abyssal Mask, by the way. You are correct. Which makes sense.
It's a what?
Abyssal Mask.
Yeah, on the Malphite, yeah.
On Malphite, yeah. That makes sense. I mean...
Rumble Yumi is, like, good damage, too, like...
Oh, man. Gar's just...
The Gar's a tank, I mean, yeah, it's...
Troll versus a Mountain. Mountain wins.
Now they're gonna try to sweep out this pit. They have not knocked down a single tower bot, right?
No.
So... They don't really...
NZ Shady... Sorry, go ahead.
He's got teleport. He can just go down there, really push for these towers. He's got the sheen, so that W proc onto the towers is going to really shred them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't shred
They're
this
started up
right
though.
here, you need to, because
Ooh.
a 3-man bubble and a huge
Ooh.
ultimate is going to really chunk them out. Good healing here from the side of Yumi, but
Hansen knows he has enough time to walk there too.
he can rift walk or whatever it is too. So a good ultimate though is going to actually get jumped away. Good phase shift here from Akon.
And that's rookie mistake is shifting or flashing in a line away from the Ashe ult instead of sideways. So a nice job from Akon the kid, not falling for that, making that rookie mistake.
I think Canadian KFC want this Baron too much.
Yeah. I mean, MZ Shady took a mid turret.
Yeah. Play as a team, play calm and collected, and look for those picks. You guys, last time, found an Ashe arrow onto Nami. You murdered Nami in a second, and then the fight was easy because they didn't have this sustained healing. They didn't have the same way to combat you guys. They have the same kind of... I'm expecting a pause. It is going to be a pause.
Mid DC or top. Smiley face. Yeah. MZ Shady is just a light breeze away from hitting 15, which puts him one level away from being absolutely terrifying. I don't care how many times you've died. When Cassidy hits 16, you sit up and you pay attention.
Yeah. You gotta get that seat buckle you installed years ago in your chair and strap it on, because you're in for a wild ride when that man hits 16. He's going to be jumping all over the map. He's going to slaughter you. It's going to be really gross. However, I will say, for a game that is 6-2, that means like every team fight, like 2 people die. Like, if a team is able to get, I don't know, 3 kills, 4 kills, you're going to see a lot of objectives be taken really quickly.
Yeah. Right. And that's what's so interesting about... Things like that bot outer turret for Canadian KFC, or even both teams, I always think about it in my head as like, that's money in the bank, right? Like, you don't have it right now, but the second anything happens, it's so easy to just grab that. Right. So it doesn't have to be something you force. It tends to be an add-on to another play you make.
Yep.
So they have these, even though it feels like both teams haven't taken many towers, like you said, the second something swings in one direction, they're going to take 2 or 3, or even an inhib or Baron, right?
Yeah.
So the stakes are pretty high now. It's approaching 30 minutes.
Well, it's also one of the reasons that I think they can force Baron is like we got Soul, let's go get Baron. You only got 1 kill. You know, you only got 1 kill, and because you got that 1 kill and you had a good fight, you zoned them off a little bit. Like, you forced MZ out of the pit. You were able to secure it with the smite. It was a really good job from Julie, playing great this game. But you didn't board wipe them. Like, if you ace them there, of course you could get Baron. There's going to be no one contesting you for a long time, but you don't have the ability to shred it down super quick when 4 are alive.
Also, it's also hard to take Baron when you don't have those turrets down, like we were just talking about. They can't send a wave deep into the bot lane to force someone from Solar Flare to catch it. There's both outer turrets still up down there, so they can't really create that kind of pressure or those map movements where they really can set up around a really safe Baron, which is why these Barons are just 50-50s if they do go for them. They need to do something then Baron. They can't just do Baron.
I'm looking at the comments here in the Twitch channel, and my favorite is by our 4-year stalker, young OG Kush Gang Gang, that Cass is cosplaying Jimmy No Shoes. I love that. Jimmy No Shoes, where are you in this series? He actually played in their first game of the year, and I don't think he's had a return since. But he's there. I'm sure he helps them scream where he talks to the team. I'm sure he's a willing, participating member that will do whatever he can whenever he's asked upon to do so or called upon to do so. He's actually one of my more favorite players to watch. I don't think he's like game-breakingly good. I don't think he's like super incredible, but he's super consistently good. And it's never like, oh, Jimmy No Shoes being way better than the other team. It's like, Jimmy No Shoes is good, and he's not going to be bad. I kind of miss his Vel'Koz right now.
Don't we all?
I'm going to pour one out right into my computer for Jimmy No Shoes.
So I'm getting super secret intel that his power has gone out, and he's coming back on now.
Oh, well, I hope his power is back on. I hope he's safe and sound wherever he is. Remember, we have players from Hawaii to London here in the LBLCS, and if you want to be a player in the LBLCS, go on down there and join our Discord. Post your op.gg in our free agent recruitment channel. Become part of the community. Play with us. We always have people online willing to play, willing to help you with Clash, willing to help you get better. Zelius, some other great Diamond players we have, will always happy to coach people and make them better or play Flex together to just grow their knowledge about the game. As well as our YouTube channel, where you can go back and watch past casts.
All of those things are true, and I stand by them.
I am not convinced. I know. Yeah, the way you said it, I just am not convinced.
Well,
That's on me though. I'm hard.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
believe
on you.
That's on me. That's on me. That's on me.
I've heard Jimmy No Shoes really does have shoes because in the line everyone his whole life.
Okay, that could be true. I'm actually into that.
I mean that would be a game changer.
Can we get a discussion in community ASAP about whether or not he's lying?
Yeah. 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 I mean, honestly, based on that entirely unsubstantiated claim, pretty sure he's lying.
P sure. You want to shorten that into P sure because pretty is multiple syllables. P sure, the P is just one syllable.
Yeah.
And people will still know what you mean.
Yeah. Or like V sure.
V sure, like very sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
People know what you mean. D sure, dairy sure. People know what you mean.
Yeah, Derryshire sounds like a small town in England.
Yeah. Hey, ever gone to Derryshire before? I don't know why that was like a leprechaun.
Yep, that was. That was a leprechaun.
Oh man, yeah, it takes a lot of people to tango and leprechaun.
I mean, it's not unreasonable that a leprechaun has been into a small town in England. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible.
Ev Dingus saying in community channel, Jimmy has no shoes. Well, he's backing him up. He's saying he's telling the truth.
Oh. Well, Ev Dingus is actually a notorious liar, so we can't trust that.
But he's not the notorious Bud.
No, who is the biggest liar?
Notorious Bud also wins Biggest Chad, although I don't think he edged out this year. I think I won Biggest Chad. No lie in Executive League.
No lie. I think, yeah. Well, Notorious Bud didn't play. He wasn't top lane every game this season.
That's why, though. Like,
so if people were seeing him week in, week out,
I mean, I wouldn't even be close. I've been in the same league.
It
wouldn't even be. I wouldn't even put the question. I would have said, Notorious Bud is the biggest Chad, and it would just been only a multiple choice question that only had yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I am very unabashedly a huge Notorious Bud fanboy, and he has long been my favorite Executive League player.
He played like tanks recently. Like he's evolving into something that I didn't know was real. You know what it is? He doesn't want to do what's meta. Like all of a sudden, lifesteal is meta, and he's like, nah, not for me anymore. I'm a tank player. we got a timer on this boy.
Yeah, so we are approaching
15, which is 5 minutes. 15. They will have to continue to play at 15, so they're probably 3 minutes further if the game is still paused and they have 2 minutes. So if it hits 15, the correct thing to do is to unpause the game, continue to play, and hope that Vezu can remedy a situation quickly. The other 15 minutes for the sanctity and the just the continuation of rules for the side of Canadian KFC to have 15 minutes of pause if need be. Like PP Bears might disconnect, and it might be the same thing. We need to pause the game for PP Bears. And so it's unfair to take the entirety of the 30 minutes, and that's why that rule is in place. Hopefully it's. I was just
messaged that they got back.
Excellent.
Yeah. So it should be fine.
Now you should know this too, though. Going in with this, like, I'm assuming that's like a couple minutes down the road here, so they only have a minute of pause left. If something else happens, they're gonna have to fix it quickly.
Yeah. Or they can't pause at all.
Right. Or they just won't be able to pause if this goes all the way down to 15. These pauses are also like mini timeouts almost for sides that aren't dealing with the issue, which is this weird advantage that you get if you are the side of Canadian KFC. Like, you're all together right here. You're all talking about what your next move is. And you're like, okay.
I will say, for me at least as a player, pauses are super unhelpful. Like, I don't feel like I get any advantage from a pause.
Really?
Like, I think that like 10 seconds of just like, whew, okay, here's what we need to do now, and now. But there's not. It doesn't feel
It depends on
that
the length of the
advantageous.
pause. It depends on this kind of pause.
Something that is going to knock you off your flow, right? If you're getting in that flow state, if you're focused, if you're like already talking, like there's a real chance that Canadian KFC before this pause was already being like, okay, we want to set up vision here, approach this objective here, X going to this lane, Y going to this lane, Z going to this lane. They might have already had that conversation.
Right.
Beyond that, I don't know what else they're going to talk about for 5 minutes.
I know,
or 10 minutes.
You talk about so the biggest thing about long pauses, and this is just a helpful hint for every team. Talk about anything that has to do with the game. Talk about your itemization. Talk about where you ward. Talk about what your vision score is, just as a general thing to talk about, so that you don't drift off. My team is notoriously bad for just ending. We just sing songs sometimes during pauses. Like we were playing the Gold Diggers, and there was a pause, and I think we just sang Kanye West's Gold Digger. We tried to remember it as much as we could, and we got nothing done in the pause, and we learned a lot.
I'm gonna be honest with you though. I think that is also totally viable. If a team told me they were like, we paused for 15 minutes and we just like talked about TV shows, like, I don't think that's that bad. I mean, obviously, you still have to have some investment or care about the game at hand, but keeping it loose there and trying to just sort of like, there we go. Just keeping it light, keeping it loose. If the team already knows the next couple of moves you're going to make, like,
True.
You're not going to be able to plan 15 minutes down the road.
I think
some sort of specificity.
You need that summary. You need that recap though when the other team types in R. Like when the other team types in R, if it's been in pause like this one has been in pause for like 10 minutes almost. Like at this point, don't say R right away. Be like, okay guys, recap. Everyone, brain, get back into the game of League of Legends. We're still playing it.
That I will strongly agree with.
Yeah, because when you say R, the other team's going to start it. It means they probably already had that conversation. Make sure you have it as well. Pauses happen. There's nothing we can do about them to fix them because not only is the actual LCS not really on stage, this isn't. We're low budget, so
we see Canadian KFC making a beeline for this bot tower. I don't really. They know where that Kassadin's bot side, and they see Cassiopeia, so I don't think they have to worry about Solar Flare taking Baron. So
they're gonna scout it out anyway.
Picks up a free tower. And then starts resetting. Ninja Bear pinging out Elder Dragon, so I think that's the next objective they're going to be going for. And I think, Elder Dragon is the strongest objective of the game. I will trade Elder Dragon for Baron, or I will trade Baron for Elder Dragon every single time.
Right, you'd rather get what you absolutely murder.
So, right. And they have an Ashe, so they have a Hawk Shot. They can get vision from anywhere on the map. So I think just, if I'm Canadian KFC, and if I'm Solar Flare, I know that the next fight is going to be around this Elder, which is spawning in 30 seconds. Now, things are going to start getting a little bit more tense. Because Kassadin is like 80% to level 16, and he's not going to get it before this Elder. He does have TP, though, and
setting up a prank.
Yeah.
They're not even going to go for it. Look at this. They're straight up going to rush Baron. They say we're not going to win that fight. Let's get the one thing we can get, and maybe Kassadin can side split, and maybe trade for into him here, and we can hang on to a little bit of the game.
Yeah, I actually like this call. Like I said before, like I'd still trade Elder for Baron, so Canadian KFC is still getting the better end of this deal. But with that being said, Solar Flare is getting some end of the deal instead of no end of the deal.
Right.
So they make this trade. They say, we get Baron. We're going to put 300 gold on each member. We can maybe put Kassadin in a side lane now. He just hit level 16. He's got this Baron buff. If he can kite and buy enough time, then maybe we can wait out this Elder. But I do think that Canadian KFC is going to be able to do some damage with this Elder buff.
So the thing is, too, about the comp, you don't have like a real traditional tank. I mean, Trundle looks like he is just building it straight up.
Yeah.
But you don't have a real traditional tank that can soak up a little bit of this damage. Like, once you get to 1/3 health, you're, like, gone. Or 1/5 health, or whatever it is. You're gone. And they have some really good engage tools. Ashe and Malphite alone can probably blow you up.
Honestly, Malphite alone with Elder Dragon is terrifying, because it only takes a little bit of follow-up for that to be done. Malphite ult, Rumble ult could legitimately wipe an entire
Rumble
ult
will burn you all the way down, and then this is up to the side of, and they know it. The reason they went for the Baron 2 is like,
speed this in him.
The ability to hold on to the game for that much longer comes with having these minions that take longer to kill, that can do a little more damage to the other minions. And here's the ultimate from Ashe. It does connect onto Cassiopeia on the back line, and Olaf is already there burning him down. They are melting a lot of people. The first one to go is Julie from Bakugan. They might have overstepped their welcome here, and MZ Shady. He's going to take one. He's going to take two. Maybe. No, she's able to jump skip away, and that Elder Drake that looked so promising and so good just isn't anything compared to Kassadin.
Oh. Heartbreaking for Canadian KFC. They tunneled a little on Vezu on the Cassiopeia. They hit her with the Astral, they hit her with the Rumble ult, they flashed forward onto her. I thought she was going to go down, but she did a really good job of kiting out with her ult and with her healing, and she never gets brought under that threshold to pop her. And then Julie dies immediately, and then by then, they've blown their load, and there's not that much damage they have left. So, Canadian Solar Flare also has this Baron. They could just push to end here.
Now, a lot of people are coming up for the side. They know they shouldn't. They know they shouldn't, because if you mess that up, then you're in a position where, okay, this pressure we just got, that we almost luckily got, because there was a little bit of a misstep here from the side of Canadian KFC, is moot if they're able to return it and get another inhib in response. So keep that pressure. You have the pressure. You don't have the dragons. They are back up and they are healthy.
So now, Solar Flare, despite not having any dragons, is up 5k and has. I cannot stress enough how absolutely goddamn terrifying this level 16 Kassadin is now. I cannot put more emphasis on the fact that he can probably kill whoever he wants. He can definitely kill anyone he wants in a 1v1, and probably kill anyone he wants in a 1v2. Still has a little bit of Baron, but not much. But is going to be able to split to his heart's content.
And the hardest thing is that too is like you have a carry that does so much damage, that is so influential around the map, has incredible mobility, has incredible damage, but also is slippery as hell. Like you're trying to hit him with a Malphite ult, nope. Trying to hit him with a Rumble ult, nope. Ashe ult, nope. It's so hard to land a skill shot onto this guy now.
Yeah. And this is just on look. I mean,
Team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, it was an outer, but like paper. And he's gonna back up here. Looks like he thinks he's gonna have to TP.
They did not hit that Ashe ult, but Mastling's gonna get so dropped right now. He's taking so much damage. He is fast as all heck though, because he did take that phase rush, so he will be able to run away. But they should be able to chase him down here. The flash forward from Ninja Bear.
A lot of time for Kassadin.
Yeah,
he's buying a ton of time for Kassadin.
Yeah, they're channeling their backs now.
He's gonna get to take this wave top, I think. Oh, is he gonna execute? Oh no, Maskling! No, you don't have to do this! Maskling, you don't have to do this!
He doesn't know. He did get the execute. He did not know exactly what was going on with everyone was. And so I think that's just a little bit of him being nervous, being like, okay, if I have to die, and he might have thought he had to, I'm gonna give it to no one.
I mean, he didn't envision that lane, didn't know that they were backing. It is sad. That does feel like kind of like a Romeo and Juliet moment. He didn't have to kill himself there. He didn't have the full picture of the situation.
Right.
But you know what? All's well that ends well. He's up in 18. They're not going to lose anything crazy for it. And Kassadin gets the 3 towers bot if you count that first.
No neutral objectives for over a minute here. Both of them are spawning around the same time again because they were taken around the same time. Now, however, I gotta say,
got 300 far.
Now, if you're on the side of Solar Flare, you might be wanting to contest this, though. You're like saying, okay, now we're kind of in a position. We're ahead in gold, and it's pretty substantial. We got a big cast. We got a big cast.
If I'm Kassadin, I am yelling that all I want to do is fight right now. He's got 4 items. Lichbane, Void Staff, fully stacked Roa, fully stacked Archangels. Is probably gonna finish up.
And he's found himself his first piece of prey. MZ Shady taking out Ninja Bear from the equation before this Elder spawns.
Bopped. Absolutely bopped. So, yeah, I'm curious to see what priority the teams put on each of the objectives and how they read each other. If they both contest the same one, if one of them values one over the other, if they value them differently, if one of them
they're just going to keep passing them near Elder so they can't do it, and they're going to get bigger.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I think they could have done that with either one of those objectives.
Yeah.
You put Kassadin on the one that you're not trying to take, and then you put your ADC and your
They
cast
did hit
somewhere
that
else.
first ult, and MC Shady did get chunked out a little bit. He is going to try to escape. He is so goddamn slippery.
He's got no mana.
He's running out a lot of mana. I don't think he can phase or Rift Walk anymore.
No, he can't.
He's going to go down 100%, and it looks like they're going to sprint to this Elder because they know they're on the Baron. The Hawkshot did reveal it, so they do see this here.
Little bit of a misplay there from MC Shady, uncharacteristic from what we've seen so far.
His
especially
flash
with this
was
late
up in
game
about
play.
2 seconds.
Yeah, I think he probably just miscalculated his mana or misread where people were on the map. Because,
Nah.
I mean, as I'm sure our viewers know, Kassadin's ult doubles in mana cost every time you use it, and it caps at 800 mana, which, even if you have all these items, is a crap ton of mana. And if you're kind of stuck there before it resets and you use it a couple of times, you're just gonna die. Then you become useless. Kassadin with no mana does nothing.
Right.
So as scary as he is, that's tough.
So the inhib did just respawn right now at 35-35 to the side of Canadian KFC. So they now have Elder. They didn't lose anybody this time yet.
Yep.
Can they make the play? Can they engage with the guard? Can they follow it up with Ninja Bear? Can Julie and PP Bearish figure out a way to kill MZ Shady on the back line? And can they actually clean up a fight and take this to a 3-game series? Because this has been a neck-and-neck game. It's 7-8 at 36 minutes, but it's neck-and-neck.
Yeah. This is a chess match, this game.
Yeah.
But now that they have this Elder, Rumble is a scary, scary Elder champion. He has a huge amount of AoE damage, dealing true damage with the Elder buff, dealing max health damage with the
MZ Shady.
Leandry.
They know he's not around. MZ Shady
Yeah.
channeling his back. He doesn't have the Baron Enhanced Recall, but I think he's safely away
Yeah,
here.
he should find time. That was really nice from him. I mean, the more they can wait out this Elder, the better for them. If Canadian KFC gets Elder and doesn't take a single team fight with it, I mean, what are we doing here? Like, that's huge. It's not, I don't know.
Right.
Is Elder 300 gold for everyone, just like Baron?
No goddamn clue, and I wasn't paying attention. To be fair, I've had a shit ton of coriander beer, so I don't really know.
But I don't know. I feel like Elder gives team gold. I just don't know how much. But I know it's more than you know, the 20 to 25 schmeckles that regular dragons give whoever kill it. Very aesthetically pleasing triangle of pink words around the Baron pit by Solar Flare. I like that. It's nice to look at. Oh, Kassadin on the prowl.
Wow, they can't do
So
anything
now
with
what?
it. They can't do anything with it. Well, here's what I'm afraid of.
No, it doesn't seem like anyone can do anything with anything right now.
Here's what I'm afraid of. It's gonna, like, MZ Shady been doing a great job pulling his team in the game. He's got over 300 farm right now. He's found a way to get picks. Yes, he's died a good amount of times, but he is always trading something. He's got to be the one, probably in comms, trying to talk to his team, being like, hey guys, we got to start getting a little bit more, I think maybe risky biscuits, because I think in a straight up 5v5, because they have the mountain and because people are catching up to Kassadin now, this giant lead, and yeah, he's super strong at 16, but these resistances are stacking.
Yeah.
Right? You have plus 12%.
I do think in a straight 5v5, I think it's a coin flip, maybe advantage KFC.
Right. And if you gotta be like, okay, we have the 1-game lead. Let's try to send people in sideways. Let's try to split, open up the base. Now, if they try to 5v5, we have a fallback.
It is really hard. Honestly, sometimes having that 1-game lead can make you extra
Overzealous.
hasty.
Yeah.
Because you're like, ooh, flash from the guard.
Yeah, they're looking for it. The ultimate does not connect. It slides right on through, and now they're looking like a bunch of jamokes in the mid lane.
If they wait long enough, it will go all the way around the planet and perhaps hit someone on the next.
I mean,
go
MZ
around.
Shady, like I'm talking about, is just splitting.
Yeah.
He's like, listen, I'm risking the chance that they can engage on you, but I'm going to get what I can get, and if they come for me, 50-50, I get out. It's a tense game. I can't believe we're watching a 7-8 game and it's this crazy.
I know. I mean, at a certain point, gold stops being useful to people. So eventually, if it keeps going like this, both teams are going to be
the problem is the last item is not complete on MC and it is going to be the Rabba, right? So, like, that's actually going to make him bonk. He will one-shot you. He will come in RWQ, you're dead.
Yeah.
Which sounds like it's three-shotting you, but that's in a matter of, like, 0.2 seconds that happens.
Yeah. Man. Both of these teams just eyeing each other, waiting for a misstep. They're like two boxers in the later rounds. It's like reverse boxing because you get stronger the later you go. But this is a pretty stressful,
Have you seen Rocky 2? That's literally the premise, is that he's supposed to get stronger as he goes. So maybe it is boxing.
Alright, so yeah, maybe this is boxing, but they're just, they're throwing out some moves, a jab here, an ash arrow there, bob and weave. Maybe a body blow from MC Shady, but here gets a TP though.
Okay, this is a play. They're trying to set up a play because it really is not working. They're able to use the pillar to block it off.
What's the longest game in LBLCS history? Asking for a friend.
It is the semifinals between Lil Kev and One Less Lonely Girl. It went over an hour, I think. Or at least went deep into the 50s. It wasn't over an hour.
Who was on One Less Lonely Girl?
The support who is not playing for the side of King KFC, Daisy.
That was that team. I couldn't remember who was on that team.
Wait, they're starting a Baron.
Solar player, grab Baron. I mean, it's just...
Oh, no. Cassidy going to get a third inhib here, but they are going to fight right now. They're looking to fight him, and it looks like Olaf's just going to try to finish up this Baron. He's picking it up, so the Baron goes over to the side of KFC, but what can Cassidy do in the base?
They just need to buy time. Cassidy's ending the game.
Vesu is trying to stop it. Ninja Bear's already finished his back. That Baron recall is allowed, but can he fight this man under tower? I don't think he can.
I think Cassidy can end the game here.
Can Cassidy make it so that they go to the finals? He can! Solar Flare are going to meet somebody in the finals of the LBLCS CEO League.
MZ motherfucking Shady. Wow. What an ending.
Yeah, it was quite the series. I mean, that's what we talked about, right? You had to get risky, and I think he probably was calling it. He's like, guys, we got to get risky with this. I know I'm going to split up from you, but he did such a good job finishing off that game. A heartbreaking end to the season for the side of Canadian KFC, but well-deserved from Solar Flare, and I'm going to be real with everyone. I had this team go into finals on my pick'ems. So, I really think that the two solo laners are bonkers. I'm really pumped to see these guys play in finals. And a best of 5, that could get really wild. Yeah.
Shout out to Ninja Bear, though. Did a great job both games in Rumble. Look at these damage charts. Really pumped out the deeps. But like you said, solo laners of Solar Flare, absolute chads.
Yeah.
Especially, no disrespect to Vesu, but MZ Shady with a huge statement series.
Yeah. And honestly, a huge statement playoffs. Like, his postseason has been so strong. It's been so good.
He popped the hell off the other night.
Yeah, he's done a great job in the last 2 days, really dominating. Obviously, those pauses don't help the mental of either team. They're probably very frustrating for everybody. I'm glad that they were able to continue the game, to continue to play. This is going to be a really fun finals. I think no matter who Solar Flare face, they're going to give them a goddamn run for their money, if not take the whole thing. It is much past 11 now. I'm not glad that the series didn't go to 3 because I would have loved to watch another game. But for my own sanity, I'm a little bit happy. I'm ready to do some interviews. So if anybody wants to jump on in the community, I'm super ready to interview anybody that is online. How long was the pause? 15 minutes, and this game was how many minutes? 41.
Yeah, pause.
Looking at close to an hour for game 2.
Yeah.
Interview Vesu, is everybody's saying. I would not mind interviewing Vesu if Vesu want to jump right in the community.
Someone come in the community.
I see that Daisy's in community right now. I don't know if Daisy is there intentionally. If you could send me a DM so I knew you were there intentionally and not just hanging out with people, that'd be cool.
Let's... CUNY... Well, I mean, CUNY's our boss. Should we bring in CUNY while we wait?
We should bring in CUNY. CUNY's our boss, and he's in here right now. CUNY, what do you want us to do, boss?
Hi. Uh, I'm a big fan of LeChance and the stream and all your sponsors, like Coriander Beer. I have one next to me right now.
Oh my
I
god.
thought you were 6.
Uh,
Yeah, are you a
uh,
6-year-old?
it's also, yeah, I broke my arm. I'll post a picture of
Yeah,
my broken
post a picture of your
arm.
broken arm, please.
It's Aqua Domain's birthday
Oh,
tomorrow.
really?
So if we somehow beat Chungus Karen's team, it's for Aqua Domain.
Okay, yeah. That's, you know what,
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
Akadome, that one's for you.
All right, I'm leaving. Bye.
Thanks, boss.
Bye.
Guys, that's
Thanks,
Cooney, our
boss.
boss. He owns
Yeah.
us.
Yes, he does. Yes, he
I don't think any
does.
solar flare people are really paying too much attention. I will.
6-year-old with a broken arm in
6-year-old
charge
broken
of
arm,
us.
and he's in charge of us. It's
So I think we may just sign off here. It seems.
Do you want? Since I don't want to like interrupt whatever Daisy's doing, you want to go down there and see if they want an interview? That way, I don't have to just force it on stream.
I'll jump in.
Thank you. Meanwhile, over here, I get 2 messages. Ooh, do I read those on stream? Chat, do I read those messages on stream? I'm ready to interview Vezio if he comes in, by the way, or she. I don't know what Vezio's gender is, and I'm not assuming. I'll kind of want to look at these messages, though. No lie. Dingus, are you in community? I'd pull you in. Is this you,
Okay.
Dingus?
So it seems like
Intentional,
most of
I'm
the
here,
players
he says.
have it, but Daisy is gonna jump in here and
All right.
say a couple.
Well, welcome on in, Daisy or Thorongil.
Thorngill, yes.
Now, I nailed it. Yes, such a good job. You didn't play tonight, but you did watch. I'm sure you influenced at least a little bit of whatever was going on with the team. Heartbreaking Game 2 loss.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the season comes to an end. But do you have any really positive takeaways from today?
Yeah, I think everyone played really well, and I'm really proud of my team. I mean, I didn't really have much input or say into any of the matches. I let them do their thing, and I thought both games were really, really good games when I was watching them. Like, it was very back and forth. Like,
competitive.
even though gold graphs were like for most of the games both sided towards Solar Flare, I thought we definitely put up a fight for being down so much gold. And I'm proud of my guys, and I think it just really like that series shows a lot about Solar Flare and how strong they are and how strong their solo laners are and how like versatile they are.
Yeah, their ability to just to change how they're able to play from game 1 to game 2, totally different styles coming into them. I know you guys had a heck of a season. You really kind of lost your first game against Glue Eaters, who ended up clinching first, but it kind of kicked you into gear, and I think you guys became way better. Like almost instantly too. It wasn't necessarily overnight. I mean, it took you like a week to really jumpstart the process, but I think you got to be happy for how most of the season went. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I think playoffs would have gone a lot better had we not faced Solar Flare. I think I'm not gonna say they're my favorites to win it all, but I think they're a really, really strong team, and I think that's really unlucky for us to have to face them.
Right. Well, there's a reason Glue Eaters had Prio to pick and didn't pick Solar Flare. I mean, they're a super strong team. They really popped off tonight, and I think they're a pleasure to watch. And honestly, I think I want to commend just your team, even though I know you said you didn't have a lot of say in it. I mean, Rescued coming into the support role and playing a really good Yuumi game too. I think it's just one of those champions that kind of goes unnoticed a lot of the time. But excellent warding, really good vision control, and helping out the team, helping them survive in those fights. I know that you are close with a good amount of members on your team. I'm sure you guys have your own plans for the next season. You don't have to spoil them here, but would you like to have any final words for Canadian KFC here on stream?
I mean, I'm just proud of everyone on the team. It's hard to not be. We took second in regular season. We won so many games after like such a poor first week, and I think everyone on the team has gotten like humongously better throughout the season, and I think that's really awesome. They're a bunch of pleasant people to play with.
Awesome. That's great. Guys, this is Thorongil from this side of Canadian KFC. Played a lot of the regular season. Also, we have one last question that's not involved in this game. Do you think the longest LCS game ever was the game we played Season 1 in semifinals?
I think didn't we play like 50 minutes or
It
something?
was 50 plus because I stole the second
Yeah.
Elder at 50 something, and then we still lost to you guys. So I know it was a long
Yeah.
game.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, I remember season one. All of our games were like well over 40 minutes, and it was just brutal playing best of series.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Daisy.
Yeah, for sure.
So we do have a very quick opportunity to interview MZ Shady, who has volunteered to jump into community. So I'm going to pull him up, and and that'll be our last eye view of the night.
All right. Well, MZ Shady, welcome on into the cast. How does it feel to be so jacked all the time, just walking around with those gigantic muscles?
Uh, Good.
Good. Yeah.
That wasn't what I expected you to lead with, actually.
That's fair. That's fair, but like you're Chad, and everybody knows it. So how do you guys feel
caught
about
me off
going to
guard.
finals?
Good. I mean, like obviously that was the goal. But we're taking it one game at a time. We knew like it wasn't going to be like super easy series. We thought about draft a lot, and like I think it went pretty like more or less kind of how we expected.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it feels good, and we got a lot of things planned for the finals.
Okay. Yeah. Bigfoot, do you have anything you want to ask? I have a couple more questions I know I want to ask.
I can't wait to see what you have for the finals, considering we watched Alawi mid your first game. Yeah, I don't really have any questions.
He's more in awe. He's like kind of like he's fanboying right now.
Yeah,
so
I'm really.
I'm
I'm
try to
sweating
take
a
over
lot.
right now. I will say that early in the game, there was this huge like CS discrepancy in the top lane, and I'm sure you guys talk about your power spikes and when you want to go for certain objectives and what you want to do. Obviously, you lost a lot of dragons early, but even though you had the snake lady up in the top lane, the Gar was kind of playing like Medusa because he was always ahead of the snake. How did you talk about, okay, I'm MZ Shady, and I'm the greatest player to ever exist of all time, and I'm up in farm right now in my lane, and I'm going to hit my power spike at 16. How did you guys kind of like be like, okay, we don't want to go for these elders, we want to start going for these barons? You kind of sacked a lot of real team fight potential and played the map really split. Is that, I don't want you to reveal anything, but how is shot calling in those situations for you guys? Is it clean? Is it kind of chaotic, or how is that going?
Okay, well, first of all, I don't want like anyone to give like uh, Vasu flack for like being behind top because like the reason he's behind top on the Malphite is because I picked Kassadin mid. Like that's the game plan. We know how after watching Canadian KFC, like how they play with the Rumble mid, where he just like sacks his mid lane and goes like roams with the jungle.
Mm-hmm.
And in this scenario, since we picked Ezreal and we were happy playing Ezreal into the Rumble just because of the safety, we know he has to go top lane. And like for the most part, like Vestu did a really good job playing around that, and it's just natural he's going to be behind.
Right.
Like, that was part of the plan. We know like okay, we're basically trading a CS advantage mid for a CS advantage like their CS advantage is top, ours is mid. We're okay with that. Kassadin can't be matched in a side lane late game by anyone. Rumble can't even come close. No one on their team can. Just that's why we're happy picking it there.
Right.
And in terms of like team fighting, like early on it was a little sketchy just because like we didn't want to give away the Elder Dragon, like, and I'm the one making the calls a lot of the time. And in this scenario, I'm calling like, okay, I think we can like fight this dragon like at first, and that's why we would fight like the third and fourth dragon, sort of like pseudo fight. But like that was a mistake, and we shouldn't have done that. And we should have just stuck with the original game plan, which is just split them to death, because they can't match us, and we're okay trading Baron for Elder, like, or other way around. Like we're happy having Baron, they have Elder.
Right.
As long as we're trading something, we're not just giving it for free. It's fine. They can't match Kassadin, and we're gonna win late game no matter what. Like you saw the lack of options they have in terms of playing the map.
Right.
They can't pressure in and just like end the game. We stand a million feet back, and I gotta give credit to my team. It's like a team game. Like in terms of like the late game, we have to all be communicating about how we're playing, like where we're positioning, where I'm positioning, vision and everything. It's like really, push and pull in terms of like the who's where on the map. And like that's, everyone on our team did like a really, really good job. And it shows like, we have a lot of experience playing around like split pushing and stuff. And we should have just like leaned into that. And I think we should have done that instead of kind of pseudo fighting the dragon like we did. That was a mistake. Take the blame for that, but we pulled it together late game, so happy about that.
Yeah, you guys played just excellently across the board, and it always hard is to manage people when you're not in the same spot. Usually, when you're like this conglomerate, it's easier to shot call. But you guys did a great job closing out this series in 2. I am going to ask you one more question before I ask you to sign off with us. But the one question I do want to ask before that is, you guys had to pause for like a really long amount of time. How focused were you during those pauses about what you had to do next, or did your comms just kind of erupt?
Okay, well, first, part of if anyone's noticed, we've been pausing a lot in our games. And some of them are just like, it's not like, it's just, a lot of it's like unlucky. Some people meant like there's one specific reason. No, it's like literally a different reason every time. But part of the reason we're pausing so much the last 2 days is because of the nature of it was really unfortunate we had to play it today. And like, if I could just say something about like the league's format, it's kind of weird to have it where like, it's flexible scheduling and you do it with the other team throughout the regular season. And then the playoffs, it's like one set date because like we almost had to forfeit today. And like next week's going to be sketchy as well. Like, because we just don't play Saturdays normally. Okay. So like,
well, next week's is Sundays for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like not as bad, but similar problems. We're going to talk about like if we can just move it like a little bit and timing wise, but we'll worry about that later. Like, but anyway, as far as pausing is concerned, like we just make sure we're talking constantly like during the pause, and just trying not to get distracted. It's also like other people have IRL issues going on, so it's just like
of course
making sure they're okay and stuff. But I trying to strike a balance between staying focused on the game and not being like insensitive to people's problems but I think we did a good job, keeping our eyes on like what the goal of the game was and the status of everyone.
Yeah, Oxymoron saying I had lightning around me. What do you want? Good point. I'm assuming that.
I want you to use the lightning to power your computer instead of turning it off.
Yeah, his power went out, which is why I had to go for the end game before he disconnected for good. So that's why.
Yeah, you were fighting a storm.
Interview Buggleberry Finn, says the Quaz. Yeah, that's me. That's gonna be hard to do. But MC Shady's been a great sport through this, and because you get to go to the finals, MC, I don't often do this, but I'm gonna let you sign us off tonight on the LBLCS. So you get to say whatever phrase you want.
I choose not to do that. Goodbye.